In the open seas, I've got lots of money, lots of gold pieces, and I got jewels. Holy crap! Oh, hello. Live? Tell me we were live. I hate you. So much. So mean. Should have told me. I wasn't ready for it. Good thing I didn't have my finger up my nose this time. That's good. Good Sunday evening, ladies and gentlemen, lords and ladies, kids and not kids. Yeah, it is Sunday evening, and it is time for some more storytelling of Voyage of the Siren Song. If you're not here, it probably means that you're watching that mediocre water receptacle of, as they call it, foosball, soccer in most of the rest of the planet. We call it football. Rams and Bengals, yes, Bengals and Rums. Ah, rum. Did anybody bring rum with him today? I really hope so. We're going to need it after what everyone is going to go through tonight. Sad adventure. Actually, all my characters are gone. They're all gone. I don't know what happened to them. So it's just going to be me this evening. Nobody else is going to... No, don't press the button! Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm glad everybody's here. Yay. Yay. Woohoo.
Aren't you glad to see all of our pretty faces?
All of your pretty faces. And Bennett is in blackout mode right now. I think he might have had a little bit too much to drink, but hopefully Bennett will be joining us a little bit later if need be. But we have everybody. Welcome, friends. And we also have another face back. It's Diana Restrepo, the Sirenscape, like professional lady. She has returned, and she took Brent's spot, so that's why he's not here. So from now on, it's just going to be a cast of 5. So if somebody misses, somebody else will then return and be back.
We'll just put 2 Dianas on the stream. She can be in both boxes.
Oh God! Can you imagine?
We've got 2 butchers.
2 butchers. Well, then she could be a baker.
We needed a butcher last week.
Mm-hmm. Accurate. Yeah.
It was a butcher last week.
I'll be the candlestick maker.
No, we needed one because we were rolling so poorly. Yes. I almost died.
Oh, it was super bad last week.
No, don't say that.
Yeah. This is what happens when you marry people.
Yep.
You're married too. I can say it as well. I have a wife.
Somebody clip that.
Oh yeah, actually,
I did it for the good of the relationship. Not like the intimate relationship, but just the relationship of like having this land. Whatever, I'm not making any sense. It was for the benefit of us, and it's just sounding way weird and strange.
It's all right.
I think it was real life, so excuse me.
Lucas was saying last week they were doing terrible because you were off on your honeymoon last week. That's why.
That tracks.
There we go. Yeah. It has been.
So let's say hi to everybody. We'll start with our captain. Hey, how you doing, Captain? What you doing tonight? And I'll think of something fun else for you to actually tell us, give us a little bit, because we've got actually a lot of new faces that started jumping in, especially last week, and to the channel as well too. Give everybody a little description on a Captain as well too. Who you are, who you playing, what they look like, and I'll think of something else for you.
Okay, yeah. Hey everybody, my name is Philip Rossi, and I'm playing the captain of the Siren Song, Kraken Scheiss Heisenberg. He is a 73-year-old wizard who was not chosen to be a teacher at the wizarding school that he lived at, so he decided to go off adventuring. And approximately a week into that, his whole life change up, he was taken aboard a ship, and about a month has passed, and now he is captain of the ship after they've formed a mutiny. He has a long white beard. He dresses in all red, has a big wizardy hat, and he has a familiar pupil, which is a small Jerboa, which is a little desert kangaroo mouse.
Adorable.
Cute.
Adorable. Okay, so my question for you, Captain, is...
I'm listening.
If you... when you were up in port and all of you basically got poisoned, essentially, and knocked out,
yes.
If that had not happened to you, where do you think Scheiss Heisenberg would be at today if he was not captain of the Siren Song?
I think he would be neck deep in library books at whatever major city arcane library he could talk his way into. Or he would be like Marcus Brody, in the Middle East in an Indiana Jones movie, just like helplessly lost.
For those of you who don't know that reference, shame on you. Shame on you.
Marcus Brody!
Is this football?
He would be
no!
What? Is it football?
Brody sounds like a football player.
No.
Marcus
no!
No fun.
I'm
no
sorry,
fun, Dr. Jones.
Rossi.
Yeah.
No, it's Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He would be wandering around a port somewhere and like, does anyone speak Draconic? Maybe gnome.
No one here speaks
we have
common,
a first
really.
time. We have a first time chat. Philip Rossi.
Philip Rossi. Hey, first time
chat was last week. You should have been there, Diana.
Whoa. Shots fired.
Yeah.
Boom.
Over the bow. Straight over the bow. Right to her
divorced.
face.
Yeah.
Well, he shot it at you, Diana, so you're the next one up.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. Hi, friends. I'm Diane Restrepo. I'm playing as Zara, the first mate. At least I think I'm still the first mate. We'll see when we get to this adventure, right, guys? It's like the Brady Bunch. Anyway.
I think the first mate was last week on your honeymoon. Boom! There's another one.
I like it.
Oh my gosh. I am playing an elf skald of the group. She basically has been living at sea all her life as an orphan, doesn't have any family, grew up on this ship, first as a cook and now as a first mate. And she actually feels worthy for once in her life, especially with this crew, and she's found her family here with everyone here. And my nickname is the Butcher. Anyway, that's pretty much Azara, and I am officially married now. And yes, I was on my honeymoon last week.
Same question to you, Diana. If the Butcher had not been basically stuck into slave labor onto the ship from port, where do you think she'd be at today?
Maybe on another ship. Maybe also just trying to find jobs, just trying to see if she can hop on board, be a chef somewhere, be a cook. She definitely still loves the adventure. She loves being out on the ocean. That's her home.
Nice. Very informative. Who's next? You all toss it around. You all toss it around.
It's Dustin, because he's right next to me.
I'm right here. So might as well do this next. So I am Dustin Zaney. I'm also go by Darth Zaney here on Twitch. But I am playing the Hobgoblin Alchemists Eek. He's a lot smaller for most hobgoblins. Like in the realm of hobgoblins, he is like really short. He gets mistaken for a goblin quite often, but you can recognize him because one of his ears has been completely blown off, and he likes blowing things up. So he's been working with giving himself the nickname of the Detonator, because I'm like, yeah, everyone's got a nickname here. I want a nickname too. I'm going to be called the Detonator. So, because that's what I do. I detonate things. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. And let's see him. If I did not get shanghaied and put into this situation, I'm assuming that's my question, Captain of Captains.
Yeah, that's the same question for all. Same question.
Excellent. So my answer would be, if I did not get shanghaied, I'd be working somewhere, learning how to make things, make explosives, make machines, make weapons. He'd be kind of like Tony Stark in the cave before, and except not the playboy, not the billionaire, not the philanthropist, but just like the brilliant part and the one that's just constantly making things.
Cool.
That's what Eek would be if he never got shanghaied.
Eek, you sound like you're from London.
It changes every now and again. It goes a little bit of London, it goes a little bit of whatever the hell he wants every now and again. Just the kind of obnoxious. But let's hand it on down to Mr. Lockhart, the red-skinned raven.
Hello, my name is James Chu. I play Lockhart. And much to his demise, he does not like that Azara was married.
Is not
still,
was is married.
Yes, is. Sorry, yeah. Is. It's still fresh. It's hard to talk about. Yes, he, I don't know, he's a 6'8" tall tiefling who chops stuff up with his magic sun sword Heartwall.
That's me.
Yeah, Heartwall. And what he would be doing if he didn't get kidnapped by this group, he'd be dead because he was floating out to sea for some time when he got picked up by this group, so he would not be alive.
There you go, Jared. I'm going to have a flashback. Jared wanted me to go after you, James Chu, so I'm just going to have a flashback. Nobody gets picked up, and Lockhart's just gone. There you go, Jared. I did it for you. There you go, bud.
Dang.
Wow.
Well, it was great playing with you guys. I will see you later.
No, don't mess with it right now. We're already having enough problems with Remix today.
Yeah, we're having a lot of problems tonight.
I can't even get our planks up. I'm glad Wendy can't get her planks up either. Thank you, Wendy.
Yeah. You know, it was up, and then right before we went live, it was like, no, you know what? I'm gonna take a nap. I don't want to work on a Sunday. I'm gonna take a nap. And done. Huh?
You're already talking. Go for it. Keep going, Wendy. You're good. You're good.
Oh, I thought somebody. Okay. Hi guys, I'm Wendy Lee Zaney, and I am playing the human witch Aradia. She has a super adorable companion, a blue ring octopus. Even though what I'm about to show you isn't technically the right definition for a blue ring octopus, but it's cute. Damn it, it's cute, and you will love it. It's Taco.
Taco too.
Oh, Taco.
Taco. So Aradia, you know, last week had a bit of a tough time, and she's thinking, I really don't want to die before I ask Azara about her honeymoon. Where did they go? What did she wear? What did they eat? What did they see? And if she was not at that tavern, and then poisoned and kidnapped, I think she still would be not maybe out in the open seas, but she would be trying to travel to the last known location of her parents, who were merchants on the sea and were also lost on the sea. She is searching the world. Who did it? And when she finds that person or persons, she will have her vengeance. And that's Aradia. I'm going to go ahead and kick that over to... I did it right. To Brent.
Thank you very much. My name is Brent Horst. I am playing Bennett Ishmael, the human fighter, and I'm sorry, I just got up from a nap and I got a little lost at sea, but I'm here now. So that's a relief. But yes, I'm assuming the question is, where would I be if I was not shanghaied into this? Do I have that right?
That's correct.
That close enough? All right. Well,
Yes.
I would probably be continuing my search for my son and my daughter, Rin and Roland. They have disappeared after some drama in my past, and I'm still looking for them. And I figure that while I'm on the ship, I can continue to search a wider area. So I'm not entirely upset that I am on this crew because it allows us to travel around. So I'm excited to continue this journey, and we'll see where it heads. And I'm hoping to find him sometime.
Good. Maybe if I'm that nice of a GM, maybe you'll find them. Maybe you'll find their bodies. Who knows? We don't know yet. We'll see where our story takes us.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then all of you watching as well too, all of you can join in the fun. You can sit there and talk smack to them in our chat, or also if you really want to mess with everything, we've got some donations on the show. For $5, you can give everybody you can give a player a +1 or a -1. You can give them a gold coin, so they can essentially use that to give themselves a +1 to their roll, or if Brent really wants me to do good on a roll, he can give me a +1. If he doesn't want Eek to succeed, he can give him a -1. So you can give somebody a +1 or a -1 if you so desire. We've also got a platinum piece. A platinum piece is essentially a re-roll for a player as well too, because a lot of times out on the open seas things can be dangerous, and if you fail, it can go very, very badly, just like some of it started happening last week. We've got some pirate booty as well too. Pirate booty, pirate. Oh, I wanted to bring pirate booty with me today, and I forgot the pot.
Mine's taken.
Oh, yes, it is. Well, it is technically back because he did make his way back to your ship. Oh, you meant your booty. Oh, yeah, her pirate booty is taken.
You're
Right,
welcome.
by the Lady of the Rock.
I've
Lady of the
missed
Rock that gave her rock. So the pirate booty, you can essentially give our crew magical gear that they find somewhere along their adventure that they can use so many times throughout an episode. Yeah, so if you want to give them a little bit something fun that they can mess with, you can also donate for some wild magic. Everybody's favorite. Everybody loves a little wild magic, but the thing about our wild magic for pirates, it has something to do with the seas or the ocean, like Billy Ocean. Ocean's 11. I'm starting to get into our old birthday habit. My apologies, friends.
Vitamin
That's the sort
C.
of stuff we always talk about. Vitamin C, ocean breeze, all good things.
The horsey.
Capri Sun?
Capri Sun. Wait, that's something totally
Ocean
different.
spray.
Yes, Capri Sun. Ocean spray. Love it. Or also for our biggest donation, you can give them a piece of 8. $50 donation, a piece of 8, or what is it? I think 5,000, 50,000 bits, one of those two. The card will eventually pop up as well. And what that does is there's some good things and some bad things that can happen to our players. The good things are really good. The bad things are kind of bad. It won't necessarily kill anybody, but it'll definitely make things more interesting. So all of you can definitely hop in and mess with everybody. And before we actually get into our story, because we're talking to all of you, our friends, let's go ahead and hop into chat as well too, because I found another. Oh, there it is. Yep, I found the floating bottle. Found a floating bottle in the ocean, and there's there's a letter inside of it. Oh, it says it says a magic phrase that we all have to say together. Remember, this is where we say we read comments on the count of 3. You ready?
Ready.
2,
1.
3.
We read comments.
Comments.
Good. We're pirates.
Comments.
Totally off
Nailed it.
on our game. Absolutely love it.
Nailed
Friends. Let's
it.
say
We did
hello
First
to
off
chat.
the bat, I would love to first thank the Real Gobshite and Daniel Lanes for the bits from the
Lanes.
Real Gobshite and the resubscriptions that have been given to us. Thank you so much for your support. We really do appreciate it, even though
Thank
I
you,
can't
guys.
speak.
That's okay. Well, speaking of speaking, Star Drew wants to know, are you from England? Is Eek from England?
Eek? Well, technically, is there an England in our world? I mean, Eek has not been all over the world, so he doesn't really know if it's kind of a Cockney kind of a thing, and he doesn't really know on how accurate this actually is. You know, it's kind of just something he throws on for birthday parties every now and again. And, you know, I'm pretty sure some people who are watching that are in England are going, oh my God, those Americans and their attempt at our accent is terrible. And why is it there's so many like amazing like British actors who can do an amazing English accent? You know?
I don't know. They should just take
just
over
like
the United States.
Yeah. Well, true. Yeah. They're trained, you know, they're professionals.
Because American accents are easy to do.
Yep.
Because we do it without even thinking about it.
Yeah, right.
The many British viewers we have, I'm so sorry about Brent.
I want to say earlier.
Yep. No.
I was just to say earlier, I'm really jealous. Star Drew was saying that he had a relaxing day and a nice warm bath in the afternoon. So, I want a nice warm bath. That sounds amazing with some Epsom salts. And
Oh, yes.
a shower beer. There you go. That sounds good.
I
Shower
particularly
beer.
like Star
Shower
Drew's Indy Diana and the Last Cruise. I thought that was.
Sorry, it's been a long time since I've seen it.
And I also like
Whatever,
Black
guys.
Loki's comment on, I used to have an authentic British accent.
Oh,
Got rid of it. Sold it off.
Got rid of it.
Gone now.
It left.
Black Loki is also saying that the DAT network is awesome. Thank you so much.
Aw.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Black
Very
Loki.
sweet of you.
Loki, part of the fam now. That's right.
Yes, your DAT fam, best fam.
Dat fam.
What would Scooby Doo says? Hopefully, your real life crew didn't tie you to your hammock, Brent.
Oh.
Well, we won't talk
Probably
about that.
Yeah.
All right. Let us hop in some game action if everybody is ready. Let us
Ready.
begin
Ready.
as we reminisce about what happened to our adventures last week. Last week, we started off where Season 1 left off. Captain and Aradia both tangled up in vines of a giant canopy creeper, being sucked up above the ship up to these giant vines in Manchester Cove, and this giant gaping, beak clawed. No, not clawed. Yeah, beaked thing. I like that one more. We'll go with a beaked beak instead of a beaked claw. A beaked beak goes to bite them. I was going to say hilarity ensues. Hilarity ensued on my end because everybody was rolling ones and really low. So things were not going over very well. Captain was able to cast Blur upon himself, falling out of the grasp of this canopy creeper. Lockhart made his way all the way up to the very top of the crow's nest, trying to grab the captain, but because the captain was under the effects of Blur, slipped through his hands. But Captain's really cool. He cast Fly upon himself. Aradia at the same time, getting a couple bites taken out of her from this giant beak, getting her energy sucked out through these suckers of these vines as well, too, almost dying to this thing as she finally breaks free. And the four brothers climbing up behind Lockhart, also able to save her at the same time. Eek and Bennett at the front part of the ship, shooting up ballistas at this canopy creeper. Some of them missing, most of them hitting, though, causing damage to it. And then some Sawagan, actually. If you don't know what a Sawagan is, it's like a 6-footish tall lizardy fish creature, giant gaping maw of giant gross teeth. Bloodthirsty. They've come in contact with him quite a few times. A few of them jumped on board, while some of the others were actually underneath the ship as the captain realized that they were messing with the rudder of the Siren song. The ones that did jump aboard, Eek and Bennett were able to take one out. Di and Kitty were able to take out the rest. But no sign of Azora. Not one person noticed where she actually was this entire time. At that moment. But what did happen? After this battle ensued, the whole crew stayed up on the top deck the entire evening, making sure that there was no other attack coming from Sawagan and any other vine creatures, and they all stayed up essentially through the night. The morning hit, and right over the top of these mountains, it played these amazing shadowy games on the cliff sides and the rock crevasses of this alcove that they are in, this giant blue almost bowl of water in this cove, and they saw what looked like an outline of a skull, this glinting golden tooth catching the morning sun up in the mouth of the skull. Everyone decided to sleep because they were actually hurting quite badly. And it was still early evening, so they all decided to wake up in the afternoon. Everybody having very peaceful dreams as well. Everybody then waking up, Aradia noticing that Azara is fast asleep in her bed, not trying to wake her up at all. All grab their breakfast, and the rest of the crew outside of Azara make their way over to the cliff face. They climb up the side, or actually Eek flies up, attaches a rope, they all climb up into the mouth, and they see the golden tooth, which is actually like a fool's gold, glinting in the sun. And they decide that they're going to head up to the right side, the right eye socket, because this poem that they actually found talked about a captain and his right eye. But not quite realizing that they were climbing up into the incorrect eye. As they were looking at it, they climbed up into the right eye, which was the left eye of the skull. They climb inside, lots of flowers, lots of bees. They go inside. They find it looks like this tunnel had collapsed, and they find this sword underneath the rubble. As they go to pick it up, with Mage Hand from the captain, it springs a track, and this giant spiked log goes sweeping down the tunnel and knocks everybody down, except for Bennett, because Bennett was at the edge of the cave throwing rocks down at sharks. He's mean. And my sharks did absolutely nothing to him. It was absolutely rude. And if a shark could give him the finger, he would, but it just gave him a little flappity flap of a fin and swam away. As everybody licked their wounds, they found a very narrow path over into the right eye socket of the skull. There were some vines hanging down, which they cut their way through, and as they made it inside of this giant cabin, there was this massive, gigantic tree, its trunk all craggly and wrinkled, looking like the face of an old man. Not being able to see the top of the tree because it was actually growing up through the rock face and probably extending somewhere on top of the mountainside. But in front of this tree, there was a massive hole, maybe about 20 feet deep. And at the very bottom of the hole, it looked like there was another hole that had been busted out. There were wooden planks that had been ripped open. And beyond that, darkness. That is where our journey ended last time. But tonight, Azara, you find yourself standing on the deck of the Siren Song. You see the captain and Aradia, something around their stomach being lifted up into the air. What are you doing?
I'm on the deck of the ship, and
You're on the deck of the ship, yes. You see, and everybody else is like hiding below deck, but you see the two of them being lifted up into the air. You hear this giant, like this giant, gross call coming from this massive creature up in these vines. What are you doing?
I would run and try to grab them and save them.
Oh, yes, you definitely run over to them, but as you do, you realize that you actually look down and you're not moving, Azara. You're stuck in place. Captain is being yanked up. You see Lockhart just shoot right by you, Ekin Bennett, and then at one point the rest of the crew make it up on deck, and as you're standing there, like you're calling out, you're reaching for everybody. Nobody seems to be paying any attention to you, like you don't exist. You're on your honeymoon. This is what happens when you're gone on a honeymoon. But as you're standing there, give me a perception check for me.
I had to play this. Ooh, 18. Do I have pluck on me?
I don't know. Is pluck currently sitting on you?
Well, yeah, if I'm on the deck of the ship. I don't know about the dream.
I don't know what's going on. Do you have pluck with you?
I would have pluck with me.
All right, you have
18
pluck
plus
with you,
11.
Yes. 18 plus 11 and 29, yes. You're standing there, and one thing you do know, you see this giant creature, like, lifting the captain and Arady up, trying to take a giant bite out of them. The brothers, like, making their way up as well, too. You see some Sawagan jumping aboard the ship, but you actually look out into the water, and you see maybe a dozen shark fins, but then you also notice almost 6 to 10 Sawagan heads pop up out of the water as well, too. As they're sitting there watching everything that's happening. You're standing there, and everybody is doing their own thing. What do you do? What do you try to say as you see this happening, Azar?
I would just start screaming, "Hey! Can anyone hear me? There's Swogans! What's going on? Why can't you hear me?" And she's just trying to grab someone.
You reach over and like you see like Jack Scrimshaw, you grab his arm and he pays no attention to you. He just pulls his arm loose from you, and you start to see 5, 6, 10, 15 Sawagans start climbing over the side of the ship, all of them focused and looking at you. Blood dripping down from their fangs. You start to look around. You see the captain's corpse ripped in half, sitting there with his eyes wide open, his intestines spilling out upon the deck. Lockhart has 3 spears stuck into his body as he is stuck up against the post. Eek, you actually notice pieces of him all over the place next to what looks like an explosion that happened. Bennett's body missing a head as it's laying on the railing of the ship. Aradia, you hear a scream, you look up as you see her arm ripped off as this creature just completely starts to dismember her. You look up, you start to scream, and all of these Sawagans start slowly creeping in on you, getting closer and closer. You turn, each one of them raising their spear, teeth dripping with blood. You see the body of Owlbear, his chest completely ripped open, his heart ripped out. And just one of them reaches forward and snaps at your face, and you wake up laying inside of your hammock. There's nobody around. You hear some noises, like people, you hear like noises up on deck. You hear some noises back in the galley as well, too. What do?
I'd be panting and sweating. I would look around and I would quickly jump out of the hammock. Am I tied down? Did they tie me down?
No, Zara, you are not tied into your hammock.
Impressive. Wow.
Unless somebody wants to make a donation to give somebody a reroll, and then we can totally say that somebody did tie you to your hammock. We can totally do that. We can totally do that.
Retroact
I'm totally
that.
fine with that. We can do totally, yeah. We can throw that in there. Throw that in there. Anybody? Okay. No, you are not tied into your hammock.
I would jump up immediately, grab my sword, look for Pluck, and then start running, like, to find everyone.
Actually,
to see if...
you look for Pluck, and he's actually sitting on this like little perch, like right next to you, and he just kind of flies up, lands on your shoulder. He goes, "Bye bye, radio. Bye bye, radio."
No, no! And then I come on, and I just start running up the stairs.
Yeah, you run up the stairs, and you look around, and like everybody seems like they're doing busy work. Like everybody is like on the ship. The brothers are sitting there messing with the lines, and you actually notice that Owlbear is like hanging over one side of the ship, kind of up towards the stern castle where the wheel is at, and he's holding Donnelly over the side and like dunking him like down in the water. As like you see a couple other people shooting like crossbow bolts into the water and everything, and Flux is just sitting there. Bye bye, radio. Bye bye, radio.
I'm going to look for all my officers first, and then I'm going to start screaming, "Can anyone hear me? Anyone? What's going on? Anyone alive?" I just start screaming.
And as you do that, like everybody like immediately stops and looks at you, and you just hear Mikhail like, yeah? Everything okay? We're alive. And you just see him like poking himself. I'm alive, I think so. Yep,
and I run over to him and I go, slap me right now.
Am I gonna get keelhauled for this?
No, just punch me, slap me, hit me. I don't care.
He smacks you across the face. You take 1 point of damage. He stings you good. He goes, "Wow, that was exhilarating." Oh shit. I'm sorry. And he just like stands there and he goes, "I shouldn't have done that."
No, it's all right. I asked you to. Where's the radio? Where's Bennett? Where's Lockhart?
And Leandro walks up. He was, Azara, it's all right. Is everything okay? They're totally fine. They actually made their way over to the cliff face not 30 minutes ago.
Are they okay?
You were asleep. Yes, they're totally fine. What's wrong?
Well, Pluck, what are you trying to tell me? Pluck is telling me radio's gone?
The radio, bye-bye. And Pluck flies off, and you see him just, like, fly up. And you look, like, up to the cliff face where he goes, and you see him disappear in this hole. Radio, bye-bye!
No. Is the radio dead? And I'll just look around and ask all of them on the ship.
Not that we know of. I mean, they had climbed up the rock face, and we saw Bennett. He was throwing rocks into the water, playing splashy games. I don't know.
All right, I need someone to get me a dinghy. I need to go where they are.
No, that's fine. We've got the
other
ship.
No.
Yes. As he runs over, and you see Rolf as well too. He like runs over, and they start to get it. What ship, Captain? What ship did you guys take? Did you take Lavinia's Dream?
Lavinia's Dream. Yeah.
Lavinia's Dream. Yeah. So you have your other ship available. They jump into it. Leandro's like, I can help you, and he just starts rowing over to you. He's like, they just climbed up this rope, and they disappeared into that left hole. Not even 5, maybe 10 minutes ago.
Right, take me there now.
All right, and he rows you over, and you actually see Lavinia's Dream is actually tied off right on some craggy rocks, right below this rope that is leading up to this other like this opening in the rock. He goes, yes, that all they did, they just headed up that way, and they left ropes and everything. You could probably easily get there.
All right, go.
Yes. I need a climb check from you, please, Azar. Easy climb check, because everybody they put a rope for you. There's a lot of handholds as well too.
13.
13. Yep. Yeah, you get up there. Leandro's behind you as well too. He goes, fine, yes. And then up the other rope, I need another climb check from you as well too. The second climb check as you're going up. Actually, the rope. Did you guys change the rope or change the rope from the right eye socket to the left?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think so. I thought
We
no,
kept
you guys
it. I
did-
remember.
halfway.
No, that's right. You guys actually you guys took
We
the
made
rope
it
and-
into a line.
Sure.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Azara?
17.
17. That's enough. Yeah, you get up into the hole, and you just hear Pluck just ready gone.
No. And I just start screaming down, Aradia! Bennett! Can anyone hear me? Oh, for fuck's sake, say something! And she's just so mad.
The rest of you, we
Sorry.
actually are no, our camera. Oh, wait! I gotta put it in chat. There it is. Her F-bomb, ladies and gentlemen. Bam! There we go. As our camera then switches, we actually we're it looks like we're looking up out of like this broken square almost, and we see these 5 faces like peering down like through this hole, like up about 20 feet from as we start like zooming inwards, and we start hearing Radio Bennett, oh for fuck's sake, say something.
We hear
Oh,
that?
here's something.
Yeah, you hear it coming from behind you through like the vines that you guys
I'm going to
just saw.
continue looking into the hole because I probably didn't hear it.
Give me a perception check, Bennett. Let's see if you heard it or not.
Jerk. That's a 3. So.
That's a 3.
Oh,
Nah,
jeez.
you know what? You're totally fine. You definitely heard it because she's screaming loud.
Oh, wow.
Sure. And then you just hear it too. Already gone. And Pluck comes and just like sits on Aradia's head, and then poops right down your cheek.
You stupid little! And I grab at it.
Fuck off! And flies up into
You
the
fuck
tree
off!
and just sits there.
Ugh.
Slowly
Is
just
there
starts like
like a-
dripping
like
down.
a-
Right to the corner of your mouth, Aradia.
Oh, it was on my head.
No.
Poop. Pooped and it
He
hit your
said
cheek.
He said cheek.
Then it
All
starts
right.
dripping down.
I'll
We
do
just
this.
got
And
raided
I'll
by
look
for the
for
lights.
Boo.
Oh, thank
We
you,
got raided by
Ray.
Slitty.
Yes,
Hey, Slitlid runs the game on Saturday nights. He's that guy. Yeah, he's that weirdo that runs that
Trash
kind of
daddy.
dirt game.
He's
Yeah,
a
he
trash.
looks like
Daddy.
Trash Daddy. It's really weird.
I was gonna say Dirt
Really
Daddy,
weird.
but I knew that didn't sound right.
How dare you get his name wrong? It is Trash Daddy, sir.
That's great.
Um,
Hello.
yeah.
Your trash
You-
daddy has arrived.
Yay, Slitty.
Here we go.
Game, you're just
Trash
in time
Daddy,
to
your car's
see
on fire. There
Radio,
you go.
Wendy's character get pooped on by a parrot.
Ugh.
Pooped
As
on
I
by a macaw.
wipe with my sleeve, I'm going to. Is there like a ledge or something I can like look out? Like I can look out the eyeball hole. Maybe?
So you guys went maybe about 30 feet into this cave, because now remember you're in that giant cavern with the tree, the trunk of the tree and all the
Okay.
roots and everything. But there is that entryway you guys came through. There were some vines and everything. You guys kind of squeezed through and like chopped down a little bit, and that's where you're hearing Azara scream from.
I think I'd walk back towards it to see if I can see her.
Yeah, sure. Azara, are you staying by the entry, just like shouting in there, or do you start running in?
I would shout first, stop, look, and then I would start running.
Oh, you don't hear anything. The only sound you hear is a fuck off. You fuck off. Yeah, and then in just like 20 seconds time, you see Aradia coming like towards you with like these dancing lights behind her, almost making her look like an angel.
They look
coming
like
to talk
tacos.
to you. They look
By
like
the way, she wasn't here when I described it last week.
Oh, I would
Her dancing
probably
lights,
go
yeah.
to my knees and start crying, thinking that Aradia has died, and I'm
She
seeing
looks-
heaven.
She looks very angelic.
Seeing heaven.
I just start crying. No, Aradia, no!
I-
You can't be
Azara!
gone. No.
Oh no! Did you have a bad honeymoon? What's wrong?
What? Aradia, hit me, please. Just hit me or punch me or do something. Are you alive or are you dead? I can't. You can't die. You can't die. I saved
Azara,
you twice.
if you want
No.
a divorce, we can make this happen.
What?
You don't have to stay in the relationship if you don't want to. There's nothing to cry about. It's okay.
Can you hit me? Hit me,
I
woman!
look around.
Hit me!
Oh my god! And I do this.
Roll me a d4, Azara. Or Aradia.
3.
3. Yeah, because she didn't just go whack. She went 3 points of damage on your face.
Okay. She's just gonna stop and stare at Aradia, like just completely just exhausted and defeated. Aradia, I'm so sorry. I thought everyone died. My stupid bird told me you were gone, and is everyone alive?
Your bird pooped on me. It's
Okay.
not
She
coming
just
off.
points, and then she does prestidigitation whenever it's gone.
But was it doesn't work if you can't say it. That's the rule. If you can't say it, it doesn't work.
I'm gonna see how I spelled it.
Phonetically. Let's
Like
go.
like
You got
like
this.
a kid. Prestidigitation.
And the
Yay!
She
You
did
did it! She said the word
Zara.
for so many years. It's kind of like that.
I can't do it.
No. Oh.
Prestidigitation. Nope.
It's a hard word to say because your tongue gets all like tied up.
Prestidigitation.
Zara. Everything's
Aradia.
fine. Everyone, we're okay. I mean, we weren't okay for a little bit, and maybe I was going to be gone, but we're okay now. We're okay
I know,
now.
but there was a bunch of Swogans, over 40,
Yes.
20 something Swogans on the ship, and they
there
took
were-
you away. And the captain.
me and the captain, yeah, and the crew. We were saved, thank goodness. And now we're, and I gestured to the cave, exploring and trying to find treasure. We went into the wrong eyeball first, but now we're in the right eyeball. I mean, the left, but really the right.
So all of
It depends
you
on
are
where you're standing.
standing in a skull. Are you all alive?
Oh.
Please tell me. I can't lose anyone
Yes,
right now.
we're. No. We're. I mean, things could have ended up very differently, but we're all okay. I'll grab
Well,
her
then why
hand
didn't
and I'll
you
start
call
leading.
me?
You were the honeymoon, and you looked tired, and you were sound asleep, and we just thought that let her do her thing. So
Should have woken me.
I'm sorry.
Bennett's
I didn't
going to walk
want
through
to
the
interrupt
vines
you.
and approach them. What is the ruckus out here?
I'm just gonna start. Like
Oh,
I'm gonna
Azara.
grab the both of them and just hug them.
Oh, okay. Good to see you too.
We went this way.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, you just- there we go. There we go.
Wait,
Face
that's
squish.
okay.
Love it.
Sorry.
Nice
sorry.
to see
sorry.
you too.
Sorry. I just thought everyone was dead.
Not yet.
Now,
Don't speak
what
that
on
into the
earth
universe.
is going on here? My goodness.
Oh,
Azara, there you are.
Captain! And I
Why
start
are
hugging
these
Captain.
shouting profanities? We're trying to explore a cave, and then that dreadful bird comes in here and just shouting. But there's no meaning of surprise. We might as well have Eek set off fireworks.
No, I'm so. I'm.
Wait,
I'm
what is this
sorry.
about me setting off fireworks?
No,
I start hugging
no.
Eek.
Never mind.
I go hug Eek.
Eek, about how tall are you?
I come
Then
up
I'll
to probably
lean
about
over.
belly button height on her.
I hug you
Maybe
like a little kid on the
maybe my
side.
head looks like right here. I'm like, I don't get hugs very often. This is so nice.
Eek, do you blow a raspberry on her belly?
Does she have like her? Well, she doesn't. She's not wearing like a crop top or anything, right?
No, I have a corset
No,
on.
there's no Lockhart.
No, yeah. If you have if you had like a crop top on, Eek might have gone like just like that. But the hug does go on for a little. You're like, okay. Eek's still just holding on.
And Lockhart, where is he? I just
Lockhart is making a point to not show up. He hears this. He is not going to greet you. He does not care. He doesn't like. He is so butthurt right now.
Dang.
Old.
Yeah. Lady does
Where's
protest too
Lockhart?
much, methinks.
Where is Lockhart?
I'm gonna
He's right here.
kind of point my thumb in that direction.
Why isn't he coming out?
Well, he's examining the holes. That's what we were all doing.
Oh.
Yeah, do you want to come see it? Come on. And I'm gonna
What's
kind of like pull the vines back so that they can go back to where we were.
okay?
And this is where we are,
A
hole
Azara,
beneath a tree.
as you walk in, Azara, I'll give you
Uh-huh.
the same description I gave them last week too. You walk in, and this tunnel, it actually kind of like starts ascending some, and sunlight. You notice that like this light is actually filtering through like some of the cracks, and you see this massive tree trunk like growing around some of this rock face and everything, and it looks like almost the face of like this old man. And there's a root system, like the roots are growing out of it, but this cave or this like central chamber is actually fairly large, and you notice this massive hole in front of the cave as well too, and then standing next to this hole is giant red demon looking down into the hole.
I was like, "There's a second tiefling." Who do we have to fight?
And Lockhart, as you're standing there, you hear in your head, you go, "So, why don't you want to go say hi to her? Apparently, something's obviously wrong."
Maybe her wife can make sure that she's all right.
Well, you're really that hurt about it, aren't you? Oh. I'll take it by your silence. That means yes.
Yeah, he's giving Hartwell the silent treatment. For the first time ever, he is like, no. Like, no.
Wow.
That,
Can I
like,
still hear
You can
Hartwell?
you can read his thoughts, and it is nothing. It's not even the monkey doing the symbols thing.
Wow, that hurts. That hurts me, James Chu. That hurts me.
Oh.
Like, oh, it's and you just and like Hartwell's voice just kind of just fades down away as you hear commotion behind you. You kind of look up and you see everybody like coming in with Azara.
So to cover the reason why he didn't go up, he turns around and he goes, "All right, Captain, no one came over the hole. I'm done on protection duty."
Yes, that's good. Now, if we're all done faffing about like a bunch of children on the first day of school, perhaps we can get to re-examining this hole in the ground, which is why we're here.
May I ask?
Can I
what's so
send my-
special Sorry.
I was just gonna send my taco lights down the hole and see if we can.
Yeah. So you can see more. Yeah,
As Azara's
you can do that.
asking the question.
Yep. And Azara, what were you gonna ask?
It's just
well?
what exactly are we looking for down here, Captain?
Oh well, if you recall, there is a riddle in poetic form that says, "From blue's light's embrace, spies a grave lady's prized tooth. This a dawn flower's first kiss, climbs the captain's wavered orb to claim old king's hoard." So, blue light's embrace is the bay we sink, and despite the grave lady's prized tooth, that was the the tooth, the shiny golden tooth in the face of the cave skull thing. Dawnflower's first case that the sunrise, we saw the tooth, so we climbed it. The captain's wavered orb being the right eye, went in the right eye. So now here we are, and there's a giant tree which kind of looks like an old man. So and there's a hole in the ground. So we were looking at the hole, and perhaps we should look about the cavern. But one would think somewhere we would find the old king's hoard. The hole seems like a good place to start. Yeah.
So who's going to go in first?
But let's look down the hole before we jump in the hole. One should always
Lockhart.
observe a hole before you enter.
Well, I know, but sooner or later we're going to have to send someone in first.
What is my dark vision? I see Adam.
Plus you have
yes.
lights down there. My lights.
And the lights as
Forgot
well
to
too.
Oh.
So you guys notice that this hole drops maybe about 20 feet to the base of the hole. It's maybe about 20 feet, 25 feet in diameter. And it definitely looks like it's been dug up through the rock, through the dirt and everything as well too. And what you actually see is then just darkness through where these planks are ripped up at. But the removal of these wooden planks, it reveals a sinkhole descending into the rock itself. As already you kind of send your lights down in there, and then Lockhart, you're kind of gazing through. As I said, you're about 20 feet up from the hole. But then looking down into through the planks and everything, you start to see it looks like a glint of water, maybe about another 30 feet down there. Water that looks like
So
it's
20
standing
feet
still.
to the floor, and then like 30 feet down to the glint of water.
Yes.
All right. It looks like we're going to need to swim.
We have no idea how deep that water is. You could jump down and break your neck, Lockhart.
Well, there's actually an easy way to do this. I'm assuming we still have someone that has a 50 length foot worth of rope. We can tie something heavy to it and just lower it down and see if it stops before the end of the rope. Then we know it's at least 30 feet deep.
Yes, I think we should do that, and we should also take a gander around this cavern. There's a big tree. We should look around. There could be a door.
All right. Well, if you want, I can work on this if you guys want to look around. And
All
he
right.
just starts taking some rope, tying a big heavy rock to it, and starts measuring like where it hits the water, and then when does it hit below, like if it at all hits like the bottom of the water.
I will walk around the cavern and see if there's anything to be noticed.
I'll walk with
I'm gonna look around.
the captain.
That's the weirdest way to say I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna look around.
Look around.
Does it look like there's any cavities or anything like that in the large tree?
in
Like,
the
a little
tooth?
higher or anything?
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks like it for sure. I mean, like I said, there's crevasses and cracks in the wall. Everybody, give me a perception check.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got 26.
17.
16.
14.
27.
Ooh.
If luck is
25.
25. What was my lowest number? Who had lowest number?
14. I think it's me.
14.
14.
Yeah. As you guys are all kind of looking around, all of you actually, as you're all of you find just like pieces of gold, like all over the place. Each of you find at least 6 pieces of gold apiece.
Woo!
But Zara, you find something else because Daniel Lands donated $20 for you to
Damn.
find some
Ow,
pirate
ow!
booty.
It's a wedding
Whoa.
present.
It
It's a
is a
wedding
wedding
present.
present from Daniel
Aw,
Lands.
thank you, Daniel.
Nice.
Thank you.
As
So what does
as
that
you're
do
kind
again?
of
Sorry.
so essentially, it's something that you find tucked inside a in this crevasse. Roll me a d10, please.
4.
Okay.
Oh no.
Jeez. So as you're looking through, you find a couple gold pieces, and then you actually find you see like this glint of the light from one of the wandering lights from Aradia. You see this piece of marble, kind of like back in this crack. You have to kind of reach for it, but yeah, it's this just white marble.
Okay, I'll try and reach for it. Sound good, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
Snap, and she loses a hand.
No.
You do notice that it's kind of wedged in there. So give me a what system are we? Pathfinder 1. Athletic.
Strength?
No. Yes, please.
That is a 15.
15 is just enough. You pull it out, and this piece of marble is roughly the size of your hand, and it looks like a carved elephant.
Ooh.
Detect magic.
Oh yes.
Oh,
There
baby.
is definitely magic emanating from this. What a magic emanating from it. If you would like to know what it is,
Yes.
I would need a spellcraft, please.
I don't have spellcraft.
I don't know. Then I guess you won't be able to find out what it is.
No.
Can Lockhart do a secret spellcraft?
No.
You can do a spell. Yeah.
I turned to the crew. I found this heavy little elephant, but it's radiating such magic. Does anyone know what this is?
I can.
It's
I would
24.
spellcraft.
There we go.
24.
Okay.
Sorry, you don't have it. I've got it in my hands. And that is a 15.
15. Actually, I love what Slitty said. He goes, "You notice that it has 20 sides and weird markings. Could it be the fabled D20?" No, I mean definitely the magic you do get off of it though is transmutation, but it's very difficult to Lockhart. Even for you, you're just like, wow, this thing is. You guys have no idea what this thing is, but there is magic emanating from this thing. For sure.
Looks like a paperweight.
No, this
Captain could use that in his quarters.
This is something intense. I mean,
no, Mr. Ishmael, if you look at it from this angle, it clearly looks like an elephant.
Well, here, actually,
a very fancy paperweight.
Hey, Captain, you actually might be able to get a better vibe off of this thing than me. I mean, I know I think this thing is like super powerful. So you might want to. I mean, you want to take a glance at it?
Fireworks.
26.
Eek, are you setting off fireworks?
Sorry.
26.
Sorry.
Is the game's over?
Oh, is it? Oh, darn. 26. Nope. 26
I'm unfamiliar with this, but it does appear to be some sort of image of a pachyderm in stone. Perhaps it has a trigger phrase upon it carved in some way.
Snuffleupagus. Does anything happen?
Well, we should probably look first before we guess. Could be anything.
No. Well, yeah. Well, technically, I mean, Zara, you found it. It's all yours.
Yeah, and Azara, as Captain and Eek kind of say that, like you feel it start to just like, you just feel it resonating in your hand.
It's pulsing some type of energy. I'm
weird.
gonna
It
start
didn't pulse for
looking at
me.
it. I'm gonna turn and
It-
look at
it-
it.
Yeah, looking at it, it looks like a flawless carving of an elephant. Like there are no cracks in it. It is incredibly smooth. When you really look at it too, like the details, because the nose is kind of lifting upwards. You can see like the bend in it as well too, like the wrinkles that they have on their knees. Almost like individual. I mean, this thing is beautiful, and it is pulsing. Whenever they said command word.
Whenever they said what?
When they were talking about a command word or something, that's when you realize it started pulsing.
Command.
Well, I would be careful. We don't know what it does, and in my experience, pulsing things, if you say the right words, they end up exploding in some way.
No, that's true. I've seen a lot of pulsing things just explode, especially when they're in your hands.
Probably your hands more than hers.
I don't know. I mean, Azara has pretty soft hands.
All right, the elephant's going in my bag for now. Let's continue looking, you dirty minds.
It's
You.
gone in the direction
In the
that
bag.
was not
Hey,
expecting it
you're
to.
the one who said it was you're the one who made it pulse.
Is it still
sorry. All right,
radiating
I'm going back to work. I'm
energy
going back.
in my bag?
I
When
mean,
I put it in my
now that you felt it, even within your bag, you still feel that energy is just kind of pulsing with it. It's very mild right now, but I mean, you definitely feel that pulsating energy.
Oh, that maybe it's going to come alive. Well, let's continue on and maybe it'll say
Well,
random
it's
commands.
certainly something to look into, and if you're going to get it excited, I would prefer you do it off the ship in case it does explode.
Oh, you know what'd be really cool is if like it was like something that you can like. It's like a portable elephant. I've seen little ones, like little magical things like that actually like it's like a dog or something, and then it actually like turns into a dog, and then it goes back to stone. Ooh, that'd be so cool if we actually had like a weaponized elephant, portable elephant. But we don't know. We'll find out later. But Captain, I found out that the depths of this water is.
So you took 50 feet of rope, and you feel it just kind of kissing the water. It is a total 50 feet down there.
Okay, so
30.
that means it's at least 20 feet to the water. So that means we know that the water is at least 30 feet. So
20 feet. Well, 20 feet from the top of the hole to the bottom of the hole, 30 feet from the hole down to the water.
Oh, so it's about a 50-foot drop to the water. So it's probably good if we put a rope here to climb. But the thing is, though, the big problem is if we do end up finding a whole bunch of treasure down there, it's going to be kind of hard to get out.
We have two
find a lot
people
of
who can
treasure,
fly.
That is a great problem to have, and we will solve it.
Unless this elephant is a real elephant, we can just cargo everything back on him.
Ooh.
If it's a real elephant, it's going to really clog up this hole.
That's what I would. Yeah. In our exploration of this cavern area, did we find any other exits or holes or hatches or anything like that?
No, I mean, there's other little holes that maybe Eat could probably fit inside. But I mean, it doesn't look like they really go into anywhere. The exit that you went or came in through, and then the hole within the hole.
And we found nothing else around the outside of the hole.
Just some golden coins.
All right.
I found some gold coins.
No, me
which
too.
is something for me.
The fact that you found something, yeah. Well, here, I guess.
Gotta show me up. All right.
What we can do is
I'm gonna-
just tie the rope to something, climb on down, and have a look around. Actually, I hate to volunteer for this job, but I can climb down the rope. If it's dangerous, I can easily fly right out and I'll be like, fuck this!
Fuck this bag!
So,
Okay.
I volunteer as tribute.
Perhaps how about you go down to the first level and take a look around, see what the deal is with the floorboards. How old are they? Are they removed from the top or the bottom? Things like that.
Sounds like a great idea, Captain. But also, I'd like to tell you another great idea. The subscription that we got from Gary K532 and the
Yay.
200 bits from Slitlid. Thank you guys so much.
Oh,
Thank you,
yeah,
guys.
And the 3
and-
bits.
Yes.
3 bits. 3 bits from an anonymous cheerer. Woo!
Oh, thank you
Yeah,
so much.
and Anonymous also gifting a sub to Lamar the Con guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for
awesome,
the bits and
guys.
fun.
Thank you.
Well, you know what we need for that, since Lamar the Con guy got a gifted sub, we need a whole bunch of dancing Lamars. That's
So
what
your
we need.
Lamar's in the chat.
Yep, everybody put Dancing Lamars in the chat. Dancing Lamars in the chat, everybody. Woo! Dancing Lamars everywhere.
So,
Everybody do the Lamar.
that being said,
Oh, that's the
Eek is going to tie off the end of the rope, and
We
he's
all
going to be
doing it?
like, "Do I actually have anything? Does anyone? Oh, does anyone have this? What is it? I think it's the spell light that you can actually put like light on a coin or on like
Yeah, I have it.
torch. Oh, excellent. Eek's gonna like pull down his goggles, and like right in the middle, there's a joint for his goggles. He like put it right there. Well, because then the light's gonna shine forward, and it's gonna be kind of like wherever I look, that's where I get light.
Okay, sure, I'll
Oh
do
my
it.
God,
mean,
right there, right there. You see that little? Aha! Thanks, Captain. And Eek's gonna start climbing down with his headlights kind of shining down.
give me a survival check for me.
Survival. Okay.
Mhm.
Wait, where is my survival?
see. Pluck doing the Lamar dance.
Ooh, okay, cool.
While he's
survival,
doing that, I
that
want to
is
check out
a
this tree.
21.
21? Yeah. Yep. It is tied off. Really good, Eek. You feel more comfortable with that than the rock tie off. But yeah. And you start making your way down 20 feet. Give me a climb check as you make your way to the bottom of the hole.
Climb
Captain, yeah.
check. Not as good. That is a 10.
10. Yeah, you make it down to the bottom of the hole. Now, it is, you notice too, Eek. Radia, did you leave any of your dancing lights in the hole, or did you bring them all back up?
I think I left them down.
Well, the dancing lights, you can essentially just kind of like move them individually as well, too.
Oh, really?
Leaving...
Then I think I'd leave 2 down, 2 up.
Okay, cool.
So
So
we
Eek,
have a
as
little
you're
bit of illumination.
Yeah, as you're kind of glancing down, Eek, the water's not very clear. It is kind of murky down there. You start making your way down. Captain, give me a observation or perception.
Observation. What?
What are you? Are you just wanting to look at this tree more, see if there's any more detail to it, or?
I just want to see. Like you said, it looks like an old man, so now I'm curious.
Mhm.
That's 23 days of the tree.
Yeah. Pretty much looking at it from like, it definitely looks like. It doesn't look like it was carved. It looks like the way it started growing was the face of an old man. Like the way that the bark is starting to crack open, and then the roots actually coming from the base of the tree that's actually coming out and kind of going across the ground and up the sides of the cavern as well too. It definitely looks like his beard. Even the roots themselves kind of look like they're split in places to make it look like clumps of hair. His hair looks incredibly wild, and it even looks like the rock face itself, like the tree grew into the rock face, or the rock face grew around the tree. We all know rocks grow, especially in this cave because it's magic, and I wanted to do that. Yeah, you see, it all just kind of meshes together. Tree and rock face, this giant old man's face.
Let's see. Do I know of anything that would like cause a tree to grow like an old man?
I mean,
Apart from too much Viagra.
So much, all the Viagra.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of magic, nature. I mean, there's tons of possibilities. Somebody could have done it to it. sacrifices, blood sacrifices. I mean, tons of possibilities with this. They all just kind of like start rearing through your mind and everything and thinking about it.
Okay.
Question.
Well, I will
So,
turn back
does
to
this-
my crew and say, well, it definitely looks like an old man to me.
You said it looks like an old man's face? Is
Yes.
there a section that
Face
looks
and
like
beard.
eyes?
Yeah. You kind of glancing up and like a couple. Like one of them looks like a crease of the bark and everything. The other one looks like it's made out of a knot.
Okay. So nothing that could possibly be in the right eye of that face. I know we've already gone into a right eye, but there could be another right eye, something or other.
And you glance up at you actually look at it and actually Bennett, you go up and you kind of look and you see something shiny. You pull it out. Sir, you found yourself a platinum coin.
Hey.
What the? Whoa, cool.
Yeah. An in-game platinum coin or a out-of-game platinum coin?
In-game
game
platinum
mechanical
coin.
Platinum coin.
It's the platinum coin that I...
What would you do? Yeah.
Gotcha.
You would just trade it in for 10 gold pieces. So, okay. And then in turn, like 10 silver or other stuff. 100 silver. Yep. Numbers are a thing. Everybody loves math. Diana's favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
Eek.
Well, I guess we'll wander back over and look at Eek.
Yeah, Eek, you did your second climb check, yeah? Working your way down towards the water?
Oh, second climb check? You did not ask me to do a second climb check.
Oh,
but that is
please?
that is a actually what was my climb check? My climb is 21.
21. Yeah, you make it down to the water. The water does look murky, but as you get a little bit closer, you do notice that you can kind of through the murk and everything, it looks like you can see like the bottom of this massive pool of water. It's maybe about 15 feet deep. And this little cavern that you're down, I mean, you're looking 30 feet up, and you kind of look all around you. The cavern itself is maybe about the same size as the hole that was dug. But as you're kind of glancing too, with your light on and with the two dancing lights down here, you really don't see any other passageways or anything. But you can definitely see like down in the water, and you do see something. It looks like as you get like right up to the water and you look straight down, you see something shiny down in the water.
All right.
Mr. Eek, what are you seeing down there?
There's not that much space down here. And there's something shiny under the water. I don't know if there's anything else that
it is.
Can I tell what it is?
Grab it.
Well, it's 15 feet. I'd have to go like really into the water.
It is kind of murky. I mean, I would say it is rather tiny. It could be a ring, a necklace, a watch, a coin. It does look little.
Grab it. It's a key.
You know what?
Could be a key. I like
It's
that.
the
He's going to get all the way down to the end of the rope, and he's like, okay. First, if he was in the water, would he be able to grab the rope and climb up?
Yeah, it's like it's right there. So even if you get in the water, you're able just to grab it. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so Eek is going to be like, all right, I'm going to go in the water. Hold on. And he's going to very carefully and slowly lower himself into the water and like first like put like one toe into the water and kind of like see if anything happens.
Nothing happens, but you realize the water is really warm.
Ooh. Wow. Like almost hot?
No,
Someone's
I guess that's what
peed in
really
the
warm would
water.
be,
Eek. Get out of there. Someone peed in
as
the
this
water.
giant squid bursts out as it's urinating all over the place.
No. All right.
Yeah, but it's really warm. It's not like bath water warm, but it's pretty warm. Definitely like the water out on the seas. It definitely feels warmer than the water around these areas that you guys have been splashed with and such.
All right. Going in. Eek's gonna slowly lower himself into the water and kind of get like that bobbing once he's like waist deep. And he's gonna be like, okay. And he's gonna hold his breath and just dive down, grab whatever it is that he saw that was shiny, and then swim back up.
Yeah. You get down there as you're swimming down. Give me a perception check really quick.
Perception, one of my best things. Perception, and that's an 18.
An 18, yeah. You swim down. It's not far. It's only 15 feet. And you notice it's actually a golden coin. So you grab that, and as you go to like turn to swim back up, you notice maybe about 5 feet in front of you, it looks like there's another one. And it looks like another one. And then as you kind of glance upward, even through the murkiness, you see the opening of what looks like a tunnel under the water.
Ah. Pops back up.
Secret tunnel.
Secret
right, there's a secret-
tunnel.
There's a secret tunnel under the water if you guys want to come down here. So far, I have not been attacked, so I'm assuming that there's nothing else down here. Can I look for any form of creature or danger? Danger sense. Eek, danger sense. Tingling.
Ooh, excellent. Yeah, you don't see anything.
All right.
Okay.
And
is there enough?
really quick, Slitty, Mr. Blake Harbor just donated $25 to the group. So
Oh.
what that
Ooh.
means,
Yay.
Slitlid, is
Thank you,
one,
Blake.
it is a $25 donation. So you get to choose who finds some pirate booty, and with that $5 donation, you get to give a golden coin to one of the players, or it's $25. You could give 5 golden coins to somebody if you so desire as well too, or it could be 2 platinum pieces and a golden coin. Let me know, Slitty, how you want to break that up. So treasure,
Thank you,
golden
Slitlid.
coin, 5 golden coins, 2 platinum pieces, golden coin. Let me know in chat, my friend. As Eek is shouting to you guys, looking around, doesn't see anything, shouts up to you guys. He hasn't been attacked by anything. Everything seems safe for now.
Yet.
Okay, how much space is down there in the water?
I think we can all fit down here. Can we all fit down here?
Yeah, it's about as big as the hole up top. It's maybe this hole's about 25 feet in diameter. The water's 15 feet deep. Yeah, you guys could definitely make it in there.
All right, well then I will start to get over and lower myself down.
Cool.
Careful, Captain.
Cool. Yeah. Captain starts making his way down. The rest of you guys making your way into the hole as you're starting to descend.
I'll go last.
Yep, just climb checks from everybody. And as you guys start climbing down, Aradia and Azara, you both find at your feet a platinum piece as a reroll from Slitlid, and Bennett, you find a special golden coin that has an eye on it with a scratch through it. You have a +1/-1 to give to yourself or to somebody else if you so desire. Thank you. Love you, brother.
Thank you, Slitlid.
24 for Lockhart.
You're totally fine. Now, Lockhart. Now you guys can choose if you can either go down to the hole, or you can just choose to just skip, stand on the side of the hole, and just climb down through the hole and down to where Eek is currently, if you so desire.
With a 24, I'll just climb down where Eek is.
All the way? Yep. Captain, what are you doing? All the way? Or are you going to the edge of the hole and then resetting and then going down again? So essentially you get a reset or just all the way down through. Totally up to you.
Well, with a 2, you tell me.
With a 2, Captain, you start sliding down. What is your total with your climb check?
Yeah, it's a 2. It was my total.
Total of a 2. So Captain starts going, and you see just the Captain, his boots slip, and you just see him start to fall. And he falls straight through the hole. Eek, I need a reflex save because you look up and you see a body coming straight down at you.
Oh no!
Wait, wouldn't Lockhart be between us and the captain? Because Lockhart went down or then the captain?
Well, I heard Captain say he wanted to go first, or he was going first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Reflex save.
Yeah.
Reflex save.
Captain, I told you to be careful.
I'm being careful. Don't worry, I'll be fine.
Free fall. Oh, featherfall.
That is
You jinxed it, Bennett.
What is it?
14.
A 14. Just enough. All I visualize with this now, with Captain falling, holding onto a rope, I just picture Ashley Seal back in the Dragons and Things days going,
Oh,
but I had a no.
That was
One of the best moments
moment.
still in that ever. You just see the captain and EQ look up, and you're just quick enough. You look at big old splash of water. The captain comes and just like drenched. His hat is like crooked and just kind of like held down from the water.
And
This
he's
was
going to
Captain,
like,
are
try to
you
like,
right?
No word.
okay, Captain.
I'm fine. I'm still a relatively embiggered youngish man, still in the prime of my seagoing days, so I will be fine. Water's quite warm. Why is the water warm, Eek?
Actually, Eek, you actually noticed because you like that. You saw it at the split second. You moved out of the way. You noticed the water around you got a little bit warm.
A little bit warmer.
Yeah, a little bit warmer.
Oh, got it. Well, it was warm to begin with, but it got a little warmer when you scared the living piss out of me.
Let's see. Well, I will use my staff, cast light on my staff, so I can look around. Now that I'm down here with Eek.
Yeah. The rest of you guys climbing down as well too. Lockhart, you said you're making your way down.
Yeah.
Sure. Are you guys gonna want to try to stop at the lip or just continue all the way down through? I'll give you guys a break if you want to get. It's 20 feet, but totally up to you if you want to break.
I'm gonna go all the way down.
All the way down. Lockhart, you make it all the way down. Okay, just
Yep,
climb
I'm
checks
going all
for
the
you
way
guys. Really easy. Sure.
I rolled 29.
29.
Oh.
Oh.
Someone can climb down.
Bennett, I see Bennett wraps his one leg around the rope and he just like glides down when he's got his hands on his hips and he's just going and he just lands in the water like perfectly. No splash whatsoever. It's like he melds with the water.
Why is
ladies,
this water
how'd you
so
do?
warm?
Lockhart just
Ladies,
has a
what do you-
giant grin on his face.
Ew.
Lockhart, did you make it warmer?
Lockhart?
It's warm.
Ladies, how'd you do?
15 for me.
I rolled
15?
a
Sure.
19 for me.
15? Yeah, both of you guys make it down as well too. Yeah, you guys all splash down. As you guys kind of looking around now with that light from you as well, Captain. So now when you cast light on that, the coin light goes out.
Yep.
But you guys are able to see this room is maybe about 25 feet in diameter. The rope is hanging there, 30 feet back up. Water, you guys look down, you can see the bottom. It is kind of murky water. But with the dancing lights now and then with the staff that is lit, able to just emanate a little bit more light. This is a little bit bigger of an object.
Would anyone else like some light?
Oh, if you want to relight my thing right here, that'd be cool.
Bloop. Extra light.
you.
Now it's daytime in here, guys. You guys are I need fortitude saves for sunburn from everybody. It's just so much light in here. Yeah, as you guys are like looking around, you guys see the bottom of the water. And even with that amount of light, you guys kind of look towards like the west direction, or like if all of you had gone down one way, you're looking up, you see like the tree, like almost right underneath the tree, all the way down in the water, you see what looks like a dark opening of a tunnel.
How big is the opening?
Well, it looks.
It actually looks big enough because now it's a lot easier for you guys to see now. It looks big enough that you guys could actually swim through it two abreast.
Do we know how long the tunnel is?
No.
Captain, in that chest that we found earlier, those little bottles, I believe you said they were potions of water breathing. How long do they last?
Well,
An hour?
I'm not sure. Mr.
Hold on, I
Eek
got it. No,
is,
you guys
quite
talk. I got it.
Mr. Eek is generally the expert on potions, so perhaps his query is better directed toward him. Eek,
Oh,
do you know
yeah.
how long?
The potion of water breathing that we have? Yeah, I believe they actually last about 2 hours.
Well,
2 hours.
seems like a
It lasts
considerable
2
amount.
hours per level.
Yeah, per
You guys
caster
will
level.
last
Ooh.
caster level.
So
So because
what if you're
Bennett
not
is
a
on
caster?
he just automatically dies.
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter for that. It's just the person that created the potion. Like if they were a more potent caster, the potion they would create
Gotcha.
would thus last longer.
Wait,
what level?
how many of those do
what
we
level
have?
caster? We have one.
You
for
guys
each.
There's
found-
enough for each one of
Yeah.
us.
Oh, we can also have. I know
we
a way
had
to save
we
one
had
of those.
distributed them.
Oh, okay. Then you know what? I'll do it myself.
Oh.
I'll do this for myself then.
You know, I think I can
so we're-
also save one for later.
What Eek's
We
gonna
could have
do
emergency ones.
instead of drinking the potion of water breathing, he's gonna make up an alchemical allocation potion, which allows him to drink a potion, get its effect, and then regurgitate the potion back up, and he can use it. I'm going to use that water breathing potion again later.
So you're creating a
effective
potion.
and disgusting
You guys look over at Eek, and Eek is like kicking his little feet as he's like mixing like the concoction like above his head and everything. He's just like drinks it and then vomits it back up into the. That's disgusting. I had no idea that was actually a thing. I love it.
Yep.
I love it.
I've been wanting to
don't-
use this potion for so long, and now I'm able to use a level 2 potion to get the effects of a level 1 potion, of a level 3 potion. I mean, yeah. Awesome. And I'm able to breathe underwater. Oh wait, per caster level for 12 hours.
Yep. All of it. It'll last 12 hours for everybody too. You guys are all good. Does everybody drink their potion? Eek gulps it, makes up a thing, gulps it down, and then vomits it back up again.
I
I'm
guess
going to keep mine inside me.
A little
Well,
bit of
I
that
can use
actually
this
gets
again
into
later.
the water, and you see it kind of like start to, and Radiator like really close, like some of the spittle like gets up on your shoulder.
I swim away.
And you notice that a piece of your hair is like stuck in it as you're trying to get away.
I'll dunk underneath the water to try to like wash it off and
dunk underneath
get away
the water.
from
Totally fine.
from
Yeah.
Eek.
So all of you guys have drank your
well,
potion.
I'm gonna start swimming down the hole.
And
'Cause I'm a
Captain,
young man, damn it.
he's a
Okay,
young
and I
man
will
as the
follow him to
captain.
make sure he does okay.
The captain starts swimming down the darkened tunnel. Well, not darkened anymore, but he does have a lit up staff. And we'll find out where this tunnel goes when we come back
Already?
from break.
Oh,
Yeah. We're gonna take a little break at least for now. But then we'll be back. Don't worry, Diana. I know. It's fine. All
I haven't
fine.
played-
We will be
They're
back,
all
ladies and
dead.
gentlemen.
Ah.
Yeah, so go grab a drink, see who won Super Bowl. Honestly, I think it should be the Pirates because we're awesome because we're the best. Yeah, grab
Would that
some
be the
food, grab
Raiders?
some drink, kick your feet up, get the fungus out from between your
Ugh.
toes. Come on
Oh,
back, and we will see you
gross.
guys in about 7 to 8 minutes. All right, see you soon.
see you
I'm
soon.
back.
Bye.
There are legends of a mighty forge where the greatest tabletop weapons are smithed by expert crafters from the finest of materials. Only the strongest of adventurers may wield such relics. Weapons and armor forged from the strongest metals. Mystic foci for the forces of fate, carved from the finest stones. And unique treasures that cannot be found anywhere else in the realms. But beware, the forces of evil may find dark and powerful relics of their own in the online armory. Arm yourself with these gaming relics and equipment to take your tabletop adventures to exciting new dimensions. Go to NorseFoundry.com now to arm yourself with the finest weapons in the realms.
Great and mighty Dark One, hear my summons. Bring plague and misery unto this wretched world, and be born again in the blood of this unworthy servant.
What are you guys doing in here?
Huh? Nothing.
I thought you said no one was at home.
Nobody's supposed to be home. When do you get out of here?
No. Why are you wearing dresses?
This is not
There's a pentagon on the wall.
That's a pentagram.
That's a pentagon.
It's a pentagram.
Gone.
Pentagram.
Gone. It's a pentagon that has to have a start to be a pentagram. Are you guys forming a cult?
We are summoning a god of pain and destruction to rain misery on my stupid stepdad for being a total boner.
Sick.
And Kyle Bates, because he ruined the next season of Game of Thrones for me when I specifically told him I hadn't read the books.
Douche.
Is there gonna be a human sacrifice?
Yes.
No.
What?
Whatever. I'm in.
You can't
No.
just be in. Like, there's a whole process.
Let me in your cult, or I'm gonna tell Leonard about the time I caught you trying on my bras in my room.
What? No.
Wait, that's not how you do that, is it? Let me in your cult, or I'll tell Mom that you used her candles for a satanic ritual.
No. Go back to the part about him trying to
That didn't happen.
In season 4 of Game of Thrones, Tyrion and
You can be in the cult.
What?
Thank
No,
you.
she cannot be in the cult.
Definitely in the cult now. Thank you.
Gonna put up with this?
I do have a knife in my hand.
She does have a knife. It's a good point.
Okay, God. Everyone gather. You're gonna cut your hand and give an incantation to the dark void.
Oh, dark monster thing. Bring sadness. You know what? This is dumb. Can we get to the part with the human sacrifice?
There's no human sacrifice.
Dude.
What? How? You have to have like a fatted calf
Yes.
or a unicorn.
Why are you agreeing with her?
Or a virgin.
Absolutely.
We could use Leonard.
No, you can't use me. Guys, I'm totally not a virgin, all right?
You're not a virgin.
I've done the sex.
Describe it in detail.
There's two of
Step
us.
one.
Step 1, man loves a woman. And then
I'll take that.
And plus, this one was trying on bras in my room. Pretty sure still a virgin.
We could kill Alan.
And we can kill Alan.
Kill Alan!
No, we're not killing anybody. Cut your hand. Put blood in the bowl. No more fun.
Wait. Did one of you already use this?
No.
Because I would bet money that one of you is a leper.
This is why I didn't want her to be in the cult.
I didn't want her in the cult.
I don't want you in the cult.
It's not your cult.
It is now.
You know what? Fine. I don't want to do this anymore. There is no cult.
You can't.
No cult.
Leonard. You're a nightmare.
I'm a hero. I just saved the entire world from your evil cult.
What? Okay, good.
My dad needs his bowl. No cult.
Be done. Leonard.
Use me.
You're a nightmare.
I'm a nightmare. I just saved the world from your evil cult. Get out of here. Get out of here.
My dad needs his bowl and his letter opener. I'm gonna get that back.
I'll get it to you. I'll see you later. Tuesday. You got white
Your
stuff.
friend sucks.
Are you okay?
I'm so sorry about the
Are you
wax.
all right?
Fine.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
Hey guys, welcome back to Tabletop Treasures. I'm your host, Adam Conn, and recently I received a phone call from Jamie here in Los Angeles asking me to come over and check out something pretty unique. I'm really excited to see what she's got for us today. Let's go check it out. Hey Jamie, how's it going?
Hi, great.
Adam, pleasure to meet you. So you called me, you told me you had something really cool to show me, is that right?
Yeah, I received these dice from my brother last winter as a gift, and I knew once I saw the quality and craftsmanship that I had to get them evaluated.
Have you asked him how much you paid for these?
No.
Well, you know what, why don't we go inside and take a closer look? Guys, wow, this is pretty awesome. It's a company called Tabletop Loot. And their website, tabletoploot.com, is where you can pick up a whole variety of amazing dice and gaming accessories.
That is fascinating.
Indeed. And you know what else? This company also donates dice to schools and to clubs all across the Americas. They give kids an opportunity to have materials so they can play role-playing tabletop games.
Really? That is so sweet.
That's right. And check this out. If you look at the dice, you can see these vibrant, beautiful colors. This right here is called Pink Lemonade. And Tabletop Loot, they have a variety and dozens of different colors that you can choose from, and some are even said to be glow in the dark.
So, what would you say something like this is worth?
Well, depending on the materials that they're made out of and how much love goes into actually molding these dice, you could get a set just like this on the market today for $8 plus shipping.
That is so affordable. I could get each of my characters a set and some for my friends.
That's a fantastic idea. Make sure that you go to tabletoploot.com. Check out all the amazing different varieties of dice and gaming products that they have to offer.
Tabletop treasures may not be real, but tabletop loot definitely is. Get your own set of dice and some for your friends too at tabletoploot.com. And be sure to watch Dragons and Things every Friday night on Twitch. Inappropriate sound is inappropriate. Don't let the action suffer from a lack of atmosphere. Let Sirenscape set the tone and bring your game to life. See? That's better. Journey to Sirenscape.com to download the app and make it the year of atmosphere at your table. And be sure to watch Dragons and Things every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific on Twitch.
Oh, hello again. I hate it when you don't tell me that we go live. Stop doing that. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to more Voyage of the Siren Song. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to more Voyage of the Siren Song. I hope you all had a great break. Got yourselves some drink and some food. And we are back to figure out what these piratical people are doing in this pendulum cave of perpetual wonders. Lots of peas all over the place. Just ask Eek, he would definitely know. But yes, they are about to traverse their way down a dark and scary tunnel after going into a dark and scary-ish tunnel, looking down into a giant dark and scary hole of a tunnel, which then had a dark and scary hole of a tunnel inside of a dark and scary hole of a tunnel, because it is a secret tunnel, ladies and gentlemen. Secret tunnels are great.
Secret tunnel!
That's right! James Chu's excited about a secret tunnel! Welcome back, James Chu. And everybody else.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, friends.
Hey.
You have all returned. Everybody
time.
is here.
Final time.
Everybody is ready for some fun, yes?
Let's do it.
Thank you. I was waiting for an answer. My goodness. Ooh, pardon me. Yes, and actually, just to let you all know, this is not one of Diana's wigs. This is all natural. Yes, as we were talking about during the commercials as well. I know. I mean, I probably have to. Scott Denuzzo isn't here to yell at me for cutting hair if I did do it. But of course, the moment I do, he's gonna come yell at me. And then I'm going to have to tell him it was Diana, and then he's going to make Diana, and then, Diana's going to upset him, and Scott Denuzzo's going to be angry, and I'll just have to grow out my beard, just like Scott to do so. Yeah, all right, fine, Starter, don't worry.
Cut your hair and then turn it into a wig. So anytime you need your hair back, you can just put the wig on.
Well, I was actually thinking, though, how long does hair actually have to be in order to donate it? Because I was actually thinking about
12
that.
inches.
Oh,
You are
that'd make
not
it like
growing at 12 inches.
Well, I definitely
No.
could, but I would be like
No.
super short hair, and I don't want super short hair like that.
No.
Oh, weird. Okay.
She's shutting
Well, you
it
know
down.
what?
She's shutting it down.
His
It's-
mom
you know what?
hates it. His sister hates it. It's not just me.
Oh
So
no!
he just puts it in a ponytail. I never get to see his nice hair.
Nope, that's right. You know what? Tell everybody that it's my wig, and I'll cut my hair next week.
That's my freaking wig you stole from me.
Well, then I'm not cutting it next week. Then
Then I'll cut your hair in your sleep.
you can't because I'm not at home this week because I'm currently making Avatar shows and watching a dog somewhere else. So I'm not coming home ever. You can't make me. All right, back to the story of outside of our
Got
personal
real,
life
got
of
real.
hair. The shit is real, ladies and gentlemen. It is
Bonus
real.
content.
Camera.
Content. With All right, friends. So, So now again, going down into this tunnel. Like I said, it is big enough for two of you to swim side by side. Captain said he was leading the way. Is anybody following? Anybody going next to him?
I'll be going
Maybe
kind of
back.
next to him, but just behind him a little bit. But
So
yeah,
if anything happens, making sure the captain definitely gets eaten first, because it's definitely going to happen with an elite trooper resubscribing for his
Elite
39th
trooper.
month. 39 months,
39
y'all.
months.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
elite
Nice.
trooper. Appreciate your face.
That's a lot.
Okay, so we got Captain, we got
It
Bennett.
is.
Who's next in line? Where's everybody else? Where's everybody else?
I'm in the back.
In the back.
In the back.
I'll go after Lockhart.
Yeah, I'll go next.
Okay.
I'll be with the butcher.
All right, and the butcher. All right. We got. Looks like we got Bennett and Captain. We got Aradia and Lockhart, and we have Azara and Eek. Lockhart, are you swimming in front of Azara, or like catty corner? Are you like basically saying this is the ass that you're missing, being a married woman now and all?
She's all the way back. It goes Aradia, and then I'd
And
be
then
staggered.
Captain or Azara.
You can swim two of them. All right. Yeah, you guys start swimming. Everybody give me swim checks, please. Really easy. There's no current in here. Currently.
12.
Look at all them butts. All
Ooh,
them butts.
good.
I like big butt.
Dang.
Oh.
Swim check.
17.
Excellent. All you gotta do is get above a
15.
5. Everybody get
Okay.
above
Oh,
a
good.
5.
That's
Rolled a 6.
11.
Mhm.
Excellent. Captain, you're kind of in the front, and through this murky water, it actually starts clearing up a little bit more. It seems like a lot of the sediment and a lot of the dirt and everything from the cave above seems like it, with the wind blowing, it kind of keeps that water a little bit murky, just all constant dust and debris falling down into this hole. But this tunnel itself is maybe about 20 feet, and it looks like it starts to open up. It looks like it opens up into like a bigger, darker chamber in front of you. You keep going, yes?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to, if it opens up into a chamber, I would like to go, leading with my staff. So I can see.
Yeah. As you swim inward, this chamber actually opens up, and it's maybe about the same size, maybe a little bit bigger, about 40 feet, compared to the room that you guys were in before. And you notice another tunnel directly ahead of you, and then you notice one to your right. And as you're looking around, you look up, and you notice that there is actually no air pockets at all. It looks like the water meets the ceiling of this tunnel, or of this chamber.
Can you repeat what you said about the tunnels, the kind of the fork-offs?
It's
Yeah.
a 40
In
foot
front of us?
diameter.
It's about a 40-foot in diameter chamber, and you have another additional tunnel that goes directly ahead of you on the opposite side of this chamber, and then one to your right that leads down a different pathway. It looks like there is no air in here. A lot of times in tunnels, you can find pockets of air. There's the water in here in this chamber, all the way up to the ceiling.
Okay. Does there swimming forward into the chamber? Is there, when I'm looking down these two tunnels, does there seem to be a big difference?
No, not really, because as you kind of start glancing and you start looking at both tunnels, there is no difference because you see a handful of figurines start swimming towards you with tridents raised, and I need everybody to roll me some initiative.
Oh no.
Because you notice that you are now being set upon by a group of Swaggin swimming straight towards you.
Swaggin.
They're so annoying.
Get them switty swaggy swags going here, ladies and gentlemen. Going right down the...
Oh, fuck.
All right, Azara, what'd you get?
11.
11.
Not great, but I'm in
Lockhart.
the back.
13. 13.
Bennett.
17.
17. What's your initiative?
Amazing.
Bonus?
2.
2. Okay. Aradia.
13.
And Eek.
Oh, same as Lockhart. He
3.
probably goes before me.
3. And Captain.
Guys.
12.
Oh.
12, you say. Right.
I rolled better than everybody.
Lockhart and Aradia, who has the better initiative between you two?
I have a 4.
Oh, that's him. I have 2.
Lockhart, Aradia, and then behind you guys we got Captain, Azara, and then Eek, all the way at the back of the pack. Bennett, you're kind of almost right next to Captain. His light is shining through this watery tunnel, and you see it looks like 3 Swaggin come swimming out of the one from the right. 3 come swimming out from the one straight ahead of you. It is your go. You actually beat me in initiative, sir, because your initiative counter is 1 higher than mine.
Nah. All right, I'm going to, as my free action, I'm going to pull out my magic silverwork, my magical silver masterwork dagger, and my magical vicious dagger. I'm going to pull both of those out. Cool. And I'm going to... I'm going to go to the one in... Captain's got them. I'm going to go to the ones to the right. I'm going to face them and swim up to them, unless they're, like, right there.
I would say that you can at least get up to one of them for sure. They started essentially a surprise round on you guys, waiting for an ambush. They were able to start moving into you guys, so you can easily move up to one of them if you so desire.
Okay. I'm going to move up to that one that's on the right, and I'm going to double stab with it.
Excuse me.
You shouldn't be
double
swallowing
stabbing
water like
under
that,
one.
Captain. Or Adam.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, go for it. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
That's a natural 20 and an 18. That is like
poop balls.
Yeah.
My goodness. All right.
Who is this and what have you done with Brent Dice?
Don't
Good
question
thing
it.
Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, give me some damage, sir.
All right. Wow, that's awesome. I don't even know what to do with myself. Okay. Roll these dice. Okay.
All
right, so that is 12, and that one is... Okay, so the one that I did the natural 20 is... Just times 2. Okay. Is 24. And the other one is 7.
Whoa.
So 31.
I'll say, so Bennett, here's what I'll say. I'll say that like 2 of them were actually abreast with one another. That your natural 20. How do you kill that one? And I'll say that your other one, you're able to clip one of the other Sawagan. How do you kill the one Sawagan as you just beeline straight towards it underwater as a giant hairy torpedo?
One is gonna bury into his forehead, and he's gonna have this very shocked look on his face, and then his eyes just kind of like look up as he starts slowly sinking, and then clip the other one.
Cool. And clip the other one. Yeah, move forward, kill one, clip the other one. Excellent. Good times. But now it is my turn, Bennett, and
Making
the
up
two
for
of them are
last
actually
week.
going. What you say to me?
Making up for last week. Last week was terrible.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. But the two of them, they see you just kill their friend, and you just see them. Their eyes get like really wide. You clip like the other one with it, and the two of them then just like swim to either side of you, and they're each going to try to hit you with their trident. They are flanking you. One of them will miss. The one that you clipped actually misses you. That was only a 2 on the die, but the other one is going to be a 25.
Oof.
Yep, that's a hit.
Excellent. Excellent. As his trident bites deep. Ooh, max damage for 11 points of piercing damage as he just sticks it right into your thigh.
Is that all you got?
Comes out as like bubbles and everything as well too. Now remember too, you guys are under. Oh no, you guys have.
We
what was
can
it?
breathe.
Potion of. Yeah, never mind. You guys are totally fine. So you don't
Yeah.
have to hold breath or anything. Because
Thank you,
typically,
Dustin.
yes, in Pathfinder, you hold your breath. You have pretty much as many rounds as you do twice your con modifier, but you guys don't have to worry about it because you guys can sit there and breathe underwater. The other 3, I'm going to say 2 of them actually start swimming over right towards the captain. They are going to flank you, Captain. Dang, one of them misses you with a 2 on the die. The other one's going to hit a 17.
That won't hit.
That one will hit.
Oh.
17
17
hits. Not as much damage as Bennett. It's going to be 7 points of piercing damage. The one gets actually very angry, and you actually see him start to dive down. So the two of them, Captain, they both kind of come towards you on either side. The other one like dives down, and you kind of look down as it looks up at you and tries to just boom shove like the trident straight up. Now the thing about water, yes, Lockhart.
We can't hear
I
you.
don't know what you're saying.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Whisper louder.
It's because he's.
I have a couple quick things. Attacking underwater is a -2 to hit, and then anything that doesn't have precision damage is half damage. So any bludgeoning, slashing, stuff like that, that's underwater combat.
Yes. No, thank you for bringing
Even
that up as well
piercing?
too. I did have my note open. The other one is still dead. So it's fine.
If let me see. Yes, piercing damage deals full damage, but any other kind of
Yes.
damage
Yes.
is half damage. And then
Beating
fire does
anybody with
not
your
work
staff captain.
underwater.
Why not? I will tell you guys, electricity works underwater. Just saying.
That's
saying.
dope.
If you have electricity, you can definitely use it. Captain, it's going to try to pierce you with that one. Ooh, wow. As it does, it goes to like get you. It misjudges its distance. It goes to like go to stab you, but your foot is flailing, and you actually kick his trident out of his hand. I rolled a natural 1, so he loses
Nice.
his trident. That
Trident and
really
Saildent.
stinks. Do water attacks work underwater? Yes. I mean, you can manipulate water streams and everything if you want to, Lucas. So now, next part of the turn, that was me. It'll be Lockhart. Lockhart, you do have some space up ahead of you, kind of to one side of the captain a little bit. You do notice that there's a creature. Bennett just beelined it straight forward. They weren't super far ahead of you, but you can.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'd like to go up to one of the ones that's flanking. Can I get there? So we don't have swim speed, so our regular speed is cut in half. Are they 15 feet away?
Yes. You guys were super close enough that you can get to them.
Yeah,
where you're at? Where you in a radio at?
Yeah, perfect. Then I want to move up. I will. Try. No. Okay, I'm just gonna strike.
Strike, sure. Strike away. But
Oh.
Gary says I personally would avoid electricity. I don't know why. I mean, somebody could cast a spell. It's not like anybody else would get hurt. That's how science works, you know? A lot of people don't like playing that way.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Ah, sweet.
Shut your mouth, Blake.
4 on the die. Plus 14, 18 damage. Well, actually, hold on. I have to see. It is slashing. It's not precision. So 9 damage. You see, like, Lockhart really struggling to get the sword through the water to connect.
Yep. Like it's going to be a little bit difficult trying to chop these things. But yeah, you cut into it, piercing its side as blood slowly starts to fill the water. Lockhart, that's everything of yours, correct?
Yeah, or can I do like a knowledge check on them to see like if I can learn anything more about them, or
You sure can.
like a
Yeah,
quick
give me
perception around? Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a knowledge local.
Okay. I have every knowledge except history.
I have it.
I don't know shit. That was a natural one.
A natural one, yeah. Yeah, you get kind of weirded out by it a little, like the blood like starts to pour out of this thing, and then you just see its eyes pin, and almost like they start to vibrate a little bit. We move over to Aradia. Aradia, you are about 15 feet away from the one. Lockhart, you were moving up. You just moved up to it, or you were flanking with the captain when you attacked it?
I want to be able to flank with the captain.
Okay, sure. So Aradia, you can see one directly about 15 feet ahead of you. You can get to it with your swim speed cut in half.
How many other ones are in the cavern with us?
So from what you can see, even with the captain's light, you can see the one that Lockhart is currently fighting. You can see it looks like there's 2 next to Bennett, and you saw one disappear underneath the captain. You can't quite see the other one that's on his opposite side.
Okay. will.
You're assuming that there are at least 4 left of these things.
Okay. I will turn my attention on the one that's directly in front of me.
That's lightning bolt. Love it.
Yeah, only if I had it. Aradia will narrow her eyes. Her eyes will turn black, and she's going to cast Evil Eye on the creature in front of her. If you can make me a will save for the creature.
Why would you do that?
She's not very happy for my with creature. The They keep trying to kidnap her.
Let me see. You said a will save, right?
Yes, will save.
Will save. Will save. Swaggin, how good are you at will saves? That is an 18.
Oh, that saves. So it
save?
will last. You save. So this is just for 1 round, but for 1 round, this creature will have a -2 to AC ability checks, attack rolls, saves, and skill checks.
Gross. Evil Eye is a good little hex. Absolutely love that thing. And you didn't move. Do you want to move any closer? Or are you going to stay right where you're at?
I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Okay. Sounds good. Ready, Blair 1.
Can I turn behind me and see how far Azara is from me?
Yeah, they're not too far. I mean, you guys were pretty much almost right on time. Maybe like about 5-10 feet behind you guys, just giving you some space. Ready, Blair 1, resubscribing for 33 months.
Well, thank you so
Blair,
much.
good to see you, my friend. Welcome,
you.
handsome man. Somebody gave you a burp. Love it.
Ew.
Let me see here. All right, Aradia, that is you. Takes us to the Capitan. Captain, you have 2 of them on either side. Lockhart is flanking on one side with you. One of them is like directly underneath you.
I guess I'm gonna have to take a 5-foot swim backwards.
Yeah, so you can 5-foot swim. You can push yourself back. Because Because I mean, yeah. So you can.
And then I'm gonna stretch my staff out, and out of it bursts a cone-shaped, vibrant colors.
Vibrant colors. Oh, I hate this.
Underwater colors. Underwater.
That's on
colors.
Oh, we're gonna
3 of
change
them,
the
right?
water.
It's warm and
you
colorful.
said it. You said it's a cone, correct?
That's right.
How big of a cone?
15 feet.
Ice cream cone.
50 feet. Okay, so you actually moved backwards, so it's actually not going to get Bennett. So hitting the 2 of them, one of them was a nat 20 for 24. The other one is a 10.
Nice. What about the third one?
Third one is technically below you, so that cone is reaching outward, so it's actually not going to get hit by that.
I'll just angle it down to hit that one too. It's a cone. It's not a pie. It's a cone. It's 3-dimensional.
Circular.
Oh, cone. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, I got you. No, he fails as well too. The one down below fails.
All right. Then depending on how many hit die do they have?
Hit die, Captain. They have 2 hit die.
Okay. They are unconscious, blinded, and stunned for 7 rounds, and then blinded and stunned for an additional 1 round.
Ooh.
And what about
That's
my guy
harsh.
that saved?
No, he's fine.
He's fine.
That's
Okay.
fine. There's no effect on him.
Great. Cool.
Yeah.
Loads of fun. Thanks for the bitty bits, Blair. Cheers, congrats to the LA folk on their fantastic
Blair.
Super Bowl victory. That's definitely what those fireworks were all about. I guess the Rams are Super Bowl champions.
The Rams won. What's it
called?
Boo.
I mean, you're playing a
Congrats
Super
for
Bowl
our
in
traffic
Los
we'll have to
Angeles,
endure.
you know. I don't have to go anywhere really, which is nice.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, just wait in 2 years when
Shut up,
we
Brent.
get the Olympics. That'll be great. Yeah, you be quiet.
Stop saying things.
Excellent, Captain. After Captain, we have Azara.
I'm going to actually use my loot that transforms into weapons for the first time, since we're in the water.
That's right. Forgot you have that thing.
So I'm going to transform it into a spear.
Now,
What?
hold on a second. How do you do this? We haven't seen this before.
Oh.
How does this happen? You've got a loot attached to your side. I want to know how this works.
I guess I would just start stringing chords and kind of like humming a song, and then it like kind of like magic just kind of like shoots all through the loot, and it just like lightning kind of thing. Like imagine like Ursula. No, like
lightning
Ursula
in
and the
water.
Triton. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
No lightning in
okay,
the
I got
water.
you.
But I want it to be
okay.
like all glittery and like boom, you know?
And then so she has a loot. What is it called? A loot of what? I don't know what the name of it actually is.
It just says loot on my paperwork. I don't know.
She didn't write the actual name down. But yes, there is a magical loot that you can essentially change into a weapon, either an axe, a sword, or a spear. So you're turning it into a spear. Okay, I dig it.
Yes.
Okay. So pulling the loot, turning it into a spear. I would say because you're pulling the loot out and then turning it into it using your action to make a spear, that will be your turn.
All right.
Okay. And then that takes us to the very end of the round. Eek! Eek towards the back of the pack. You see some stuff happening up this tunnel away from you a little bit.
Is there anyone that's within any bad guys that's within 15 feet of me?
Not from you. They're at least 20 to 25 feet away from you. And then you also, you can kind of see through everybody a little bit. You see Captain is like towards the end of this. You see all this light. You see some blood in the water. Azara is next to you. You just saw her like change her loot into a spear. First time you've ever seen this happen, Eek. She just turned the musical instrument into a weapon. And
I was just going, ooh, impressive.
And you see a radio in front of you. She's like floating. You can't see her face, but it's spoopy. She got black eyes.
Okay, well then I guess Eek will pull out his vicious harpoon.
Oh shit! I forgot you had that thing too. Oh,
Yeah. I've had this for a while, and I used to use it a lot.
have.
You know. And then he's about ready to swim forward, but he looks behind and see if there's anything coming up behind us, since you did happen to mention that this was an ambush.
Yeah, you take a quick look behind you. Nothing is behind you.
All right, then he's going to swim 15 feet up closer.
Sure, 15 feet up closer. And I will say, so, yep, because pretty much remember that thing, you can attach it to your hand, start swimming forward. I will say that is the end of the round. We take our way all the way back up to Bennett Ishmael. Bennett Ishmael, you have two of these Sawagan on you, trying to dismember you. One of them is dead. One of them is hurt.
Yep.
Your go, sir.
One of them stabbed my leg. I don't take kindly to that.
Stabbed him first, so boom.
And so I'm going to. So they're flanking me, correct?
They are currently flanking you. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take both my daggers and just kind of out to either side and make to a strike. Can I do that? Okay. So one against one against the other.
Double slap. I will say, yeah, I'll take that. I'll say that they're your regular attacks with it, because if you're going for two different targets, I'll say that. Yeah, rule of cool. Those will be both your attacks. So your first one, you'll have at your +6 plus your bonuses. Your second one will be at your +1 with your bonuses. So yeah, go ahead and roll them both.
Don't forget to add a -2.
Okay. All right, that wasn't as cool. So 8. So the right hand is a 14.
Okay.
The left hand, however, is a critical threat.
Ooh, all right. Roll to confirm. Roll to confirm. Let us see.
It's a 2.
Aha! It's not a critical hit, sucker. Take that, you.
All right.
But your right hand, you'd notice that the Swagan that you had hit earlier and he had hit you back, he just kind of, his head just barely whiffs like right past his head. And you actually look at him, and like his eyes too are also vibrating. And they've pinned down as well too.
But I do hit the other one.
You do hit the other one, yes.
So that one is going to take. That one. 11 points of damage.
What? Is that already halved or no?
That is not halved.
For piercing damage, everything goes through.
You're piercing. Yes. Perfect. Yep. So you're good. You stab that one, and as you're kind of like looking at him, that blood starts to just like come out of the water and everything. His eyes pin and start to vibrate.
And then I'm going to. Can I do a 5-foot float away from that?
You cannot do 5-foot steps unless you have a swim speed.
That's lame. Okay. All right. Well, then I'll just float there.
So technically, Captain couldn't, but I already said so. So Captain was able to. Sorry, Brent. You don't get to. I allowed the Captain.
That's
to
fine.
Captain.
I can take it.
Totally fine. So you notice both these creatures, Bennett, their eyes are now vibrating as they're both going to take a swing at you with their tridents. Ooh, baby. I have that one might miss a 21 for my first one. That's a hit.
Is this the Swagan that I put Evil Eye on? Don't forget a -2.
No. Those ones were over next to the Captain. These ones, Bennett swam up to meet them. The other one, Bennett,
I think
suck it, baby. I got myself a natural 20 as well.
Oh.
So poo on you.
Roll to confirm.
No, it's not a threat. It's an actual 20. It's a 20. It's this one. It's this number on my wall of ice dice. It's right. I don't know if you can't even see it. It's very shiny, pretty. You shut up. Let me see how much damage you're going to. Oh, Bennett, friend. Ooh, this is gonna be dirty. I like it. I like it. I like it. Bennett, you are gonna take a total of. Let me see. You're going to take 27 points of piercing damage as they both pierce into you, and then you see both of them open up their maw as they both try to take a bite out of you as well too.
Oh, schnitzel.
That's a leanie. No, both of their bites are going to miss. That is only a 15 and a 16. I'm pretty positive those do not hit. Correct?
Those do not hit.
Okay. So now let me see here. Well, two of my other ones are unconscious. My other one is fine. It's actually going to swim upward. Actually, you know what? It's gonna swim over a little bit, and it's actually gonna try to bite at Lockhart's toes because it is currently under you guys. Damn, it's gonna miss. It's only a 6 on the die for a total of a 10. And my guys are unconscious and everything else. So not good for me. Not good for me on this point. We move down the line. Lockhart, it is your turn. You kind of look down, and one of these things is like trying to munch on your toes. The other ones are just like floating there, like.
Yeah. Lockhart will probably look down.
Very pretty, yes, very pretty. They're shiny, iridescent, and like, yeah, very pretty. Pearlescent.
So Lockhart's gonna look down. He's not even gonna swing. He's gonna point the tip of his blade in the face of this creature and roll me a will save.
Oh, you a will save? Oh, my best one!
As a vibrant color comes out of the tip of his blade and his person's eyes.
I hate you. I rolled a 2 for a 6. I have 2 hit die. How many rounds is he unconscious and dumb?
Okay.
Did you do color spray too?
Yes, I did.
You
5
just see,
rounds.
Like, his eyes are just like
stunned.
different colors. 5 rounds and he's okay. Yeah, so those guys are useless for the rest of the game. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Lockhart, do you want to do anything else? You just blinded and unconscified my my Swagan.
No, I wish I had a second attack to coup de grace. But that is... can I do
yeah,
a
you don't
quick
get it
perception?
until level 8, right? You definitely can, yes. Go ahead.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Yeah, I mean, the 3 next to you and the captain just floating there, they're unconscious. And then you actually look over as well, too, and Bennett, there's one dead next to Bennett sitting there floating, and then he's just, like, jabbing at the 2 of them. He's got blood. He's got some cuts on him as well, too. Looks like he's holding his own. These things are pretty beat up, and there is a dead one floating next to him. Okay. But that is what you see. Aradia, it is now your go. You see just Lockhart like point his sword down. Just you see this vibrant light of color just shoot downward from where he's floating at.
And that creature is unconscious?
Yes. Those
the one that Lockhart
actually,
just...
Yeah, it's unconscious as well, too. All 3 of them. The 2 that you can see, you know that they're unconscious. You don't know about the other. But the other 2, you see Bennett is like outside of the tunnel. You see that he is currently engaged with them. Not engaged like Azar is it was engaged and then right into married, but you know, he's fighting.
They're not my type.
More graphic. He's getting double teamed right now. We got to do something.
Oh boy. Aradia will move towards whichever Swagan that is unconscious and closer to her.
That would be the one you cast Evil Eye on. Yeah, you can swim right up to it, 15 feet away.
I will swim up to it, and I don't know if it's a touch or whatever. Nope, it doesn't say. But I'm going to place my... It's not a touch spell, but I'm going to do it for flavor. I will place my hand under its chin, and I will whisper, is it pronounced Undine's Curse or Undine's Curse? But I will place that curse upon this creature. And the target loses its body's natural ability to breathe automatically. And if it's ever unconscious or unable to take physical actions, it stops breathing, must hold its breath, and might begin to suffocate.
Well, As you do
that's
that, you see it like it's like mouth is open, and you've seen its chest like heave. You see it start to spasm because it is currently unconscious, so it goes right into suffocation mode. You are an evil person, and I love it.
And I take
love
the
it.
chin and I jerk its face away because I'm so mad at these creatures that they almost killed me a couple times.
Oof.
That is awful.
That's cold.
Love
Love
that.
it.
Holy crap.
And she still got her black eyes.
Yes.
Still got them
So she
black
looks
eyes
extra
going
scary.
as well, too. All right. Captain,
Taco's
you
eyes
see
are
a
black,
raid
too.
just...
Oh, Taco.
I can't make
Angry,
my eye
angry,
black. I'm sorry.
angrier.
Good, my eyes black now, guys. Yeah, Captain, you see a raid just like walk up and grab this thing by the face, and you just see its body like start to convulse. She just swims up and touches its face and then pushes it away. You glance over and her eyes are just black. And you look down like in her holder for Taco, and you see like this black eye just like leaning up against like the side of the glass as well too. It is your turn, Captain.
Okay.
The tentacles.
I am going to. How far away is Bennett?
Bennett's maybe about 15 feet away from you. Or 20 feet, because I'll let you swim back into the tunnel. Totally forgot about that rule. Choose keeping me honest now. I appreciate it.
I am gonna make my way toward Bennett and cast Mage Armor on myself. That's something I should have done before we even jumped in the water.
Yeah. And you know what? You don't take any attacks of opportunity because all the ones around you are slowly suffocating underwater. Because one of them can't breathe, the other ones are unconscious. That's fantastic. You start making your way. That was Captain's turn. All right, it's your turn. You have cast. You have made a spear. You have that in your hand. Yeah, maybe about 15 feet ahead of you. You just see like a radiant touch the face of this thing. What do you do?
Is there anyone's near me?
I mean, you can swim. I mean, you can make a full swim speed to get all the way up to the edge of this tunnel into the chamber.
I will
but
do
because
that.
you are at the back of the pack. Sure. Yeah, so you use your whole turn, swim all the way up, and you just kind of glance over at a radiant. She's just there next to this creature. It's starting to convulse, and her eyes are just black. Eek, it is your turn as well, too. If you would like to get to the edge of the chamber and into the main chamber, it would just take your full move to get all the way into the chamber with everybody. The ladies are currently inside the tunnel, but you can get right to the edge of the tunnel as well, too, if you so desire.
In the tunnel we go.
In the tunnel we go. Yeah, you make it all the way to the edge of the tunnel. It takes us back to the top of the round. Bennett, you got two of them. Their eyes are vibrating. There's blood everywhere in this water. What do you do?
Yep, I'm going to the split attention didn't really work that well, so I'm going to focus on the one that I just hit.
Sure.
That like hurt a little bit, and I'm going to use both of my 2 attacks at that one.
Sure. Give me some attacks.
2 weapon fighting attack at him.
Focusing on him.
23 and a 17.
A Michael Jordan, ladies and gentlemen, and a 17. Both of them hit. Give me all that damage together.
Sweet. Oh, that's max damage on both hits. So that is 14 points of damage and 13 points of damage.
Oh, it's a shame you didn't split it up like you did last time. How do you kill this this poor swagging creature?
Well, both of those are going to get like kind of, one's going to end up in his neck, the other one's going to end up in his chest, and then I'm going to rip him out. And do I get one more because of my BABs +1?
Now technically they are next to you. You do your double weapon fighting. You kill the one. You have not moved anywhere, so yes, you can take that. It'll be your second attack, your +1 for sure.
Okay.
See if you can take out the other one with your other hit.
Maybe. Oh, that's a critical threat. What up, son?
Whoa!
You know what? Nice. You know what? I'm putting it in the chat already.
This guy.
F-bomb right to you, Brent. In the chat. All All right, roll. See if it's confirmed.
Natural 20 on the confirmation.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Holy crap! This is
Where
definitely
have
making.
these
You know
dice
what?
been the
You're
last
so,
3
you're
years?
so mad.
Yeah.
You're so mad because he missed that shark. Did you just go max damage of
Yeah.
22? Holy
Yeah.
shit, dude!
Yes, it
Wow.
was. Yes, so that is
All right.
26 points of damage.
How do you kill this one?
Wow.
That one's definitely going in. That one's going in the eye socket and twisting.
Socket. Nice. Holy crap! Between what? Both of those, 26 and 28. What? 50 points at 60 points of 50 points, 60 points of damage. Lots of damage from Bennett. Just to let you know, the first guy you hit had 8 hit points left. The second guy had 4. So that was pretty awesome. Overkill out the wazoo. So now my one guys that could attack no longer can. My other guys are unconscious. So now it is no longer my turn. It goes directly to Lockhart.
Awesome. So Lockhart's gonna reach down and basically bring the guy like up to face. Everyone sees him like whisper something into his ear, and he just drives the blade straight through his stomach to coup de grace.
Well, he is unconscious and unable to protect himself because things. So
plus 28, 56 damage.
Yeah, hey Lockhart, how does he die?
It's a coup de grace.
Jesus.
It's a crit. Coup de grace, a crit.
Yeah,
So
as Blair says, slaughter the sleepy. Exactly right.
So you see him like slowly drive his blade, and then it gets to the belly, but his hand still moves, and then his hand goes into the creature through the other side, as you see like his top hand like pushing him as far as he can, and then he just kind of throws the body to the side.
That's just rude.
Done.
Totally uncalled for. Totally fine. Aradia, as you're looking at the one that you just touched, you see it convulse, shakes like 2 more times, and it goes still. And it just starts sinking down to the bottom of this cavern. There is one creature left, Aradia, one that you didn't see before. It is off to your left, and it looks like this one is ready and willing to stay asleep because it is also unconscious. It is your turn, though, Aradia. You can go over. Do you have a weapon with you?
I do have daggers on my belt.
You can, because it's not far, you could swim over while pulling your dagger, and you could coup de grace this thing.
To the one that's sleeping?
Give yourself a critical hit because it is unconscious. Rude.
You know, she will try it. She doesn't really use her weapons too much, but she's a little vengeful right now. These things have been giving her and her crew so much trouble, so she'll
roll me that damage.
Pull the
D4
dagger.
plus your strength modifier, and just double that.
I don't have a strength modifier.
Well, roll me.
I don't need to roll to hit.
Double it. No, it's a coup de grace. It is unconscious. It can't protect
It's
itself.
a 4.
8 damage.
So here's the thing.
The taco dice rolled well.
So Aradia, this is the one that got hit earlier. So Aradia, how do you coup de grace and kill this thing? It had 6 hit points left.
Yes.
Hey,
wow!
You just murdered it with a dagger. One of my squishiest players just killed one of my creatures with a dagger. Love it.
She's going to, like swim over to it. Ooh. She'll pull the dagger from her belt, and she will kind of lift, kind of like behind the shoulder, like she's cradling it as if to like almost help it. And as she brings it closer to her, she's going to take the knife and just slide it across the throat and just let the body drop, and puts the dagger back into her belt. And then she's going to watch it sink.
When do you scare
She's going to watch it sink. And Taco's like... just angry in the jar.
You like he's holding on with 4 of them. Two of his Two of his tentacles are sitting there clapping, and the other two are doing this. Mama, mama, do it, mommy, do it, mama. You did so good, mommy. Get it, yeah.
With my
Wow!
dark eyes, I watch
Congratulations,
it
guys. We are out of combat because
That was probably the
Aradia
fastest fight
killed
we've ever
2
got
of
through.
them.
I'm
Bennett
glad I
killed
helped
3.
so much.
Yes,
I
and
know how you feel.
Eek and Azar, you guys just like sit there. You see 3 dead bodies floating next to Bennett. Lockhart just shoving his sword and arm into this other one, and Aradia just making one stop breathing, and then she just cradles the other one and slits its throat. You guys are out of combat. Congratulations.
That was the most efficient battle we've ever had.
I know.
Yeah.
Treasure it. It's not going to happen again.
Bam. Outski.
Are we treading
Damn
water?
right, because all Sawagan are now immune to color spray. That's a rule that I made. Yeah.
But as,
yeah, so
as
there's...
Bennett swims out from those 3 Swagan that are kind of just floating in a mess, you see blood just kind of coming out of holes, out of his thigh, out of his chest, kind of up here around his neck a little bit. But
you know, Bennett, if you wanted
alive.
help, I could have helped you. You wouldn't have been hit so much, but...
Actually,
Bennett, we can all talk underwater.
We can?
I appreciate that.
It does. Like, I looked it up, and it doesn't say anything against talking
No.
underwater with the spell. Or, I mean, with the potion.
You guys can definitely breathe. So, yeah, I'll say your voice won't carry as well underwater, but you guys are close enough that you can hear. It's very muffled, like underwater. But yeah, you guys are close enough to hear it.
And I will say, does anybody have a pick me up?
Do you need healing, Bennett?
I'm
I
down
can
to
heal.
I'm down.
Right? No.
Down to
No, you guys are talking. You guys need. That's how you guys talk.
I'm down to a third of my life.
Okay. I'm gonna slice my thumb a little bit and press it on his forehead, and then you're gonna gain back 20 hit points over the next 2 minutes. I can do that again if you need me to. It's infernal healing.
These guys wear clothes or carry bags or anything?
No, I mean, Sawagan generally, even from what you guys had seen before, they typically just have a weapon, and they have a they have like a seaweed, almost like a skirt on a little bit, and maybe like some leather pieces wrapped around them. But no, these guys definitely just like warriors and stuff. I mean, there's a handful of tridents laying around. If you want to be like Sarah Rafty and just like grab all the tridents and just carry every single weapon. That's right. Sarah was our special guest on King of Dirt, not last night, but a week before. And we play a 2E Pathfinder game, and she just collects every weapon she can. She is pretty much encumbered now. She's a druid with spears and tridents.
You know what? Aradia will take a trident.
Okay. Yeah. Pick up a trident.
Yeah, it's gonna be in my brain.
It looks really cool.
While you sleep and then stab him.
Yeah, you so
definitely
you
adds
can
to your aesthetic. It adds to your aesthetic.
You
totally.
will, Aradia, you will be able to use it if you want to. You will do it at a negative, just because it's not a weapon that you are proficient with.
Okay,
but you definitely can hold on to it.
Hold on to it.
Anybody? So you guys, dead bodies. Aradia goes down, picks up a trident, and there are 2 tunnels ahead of you guys. One directly ahead, and one to the right. As you guys are looking around, you don't see any other Sawagan coming through.
You had said before that there was like a trail of gold coins. Is that still
yes,
present?
that was from the first chamber you guys were in when you got down into the water. I would say, Captain, did you pick them up? There was like 3 of them. I'll say, Captain, you were able to pick up like 3 golden coins.
Well, I was wondering if there was the breadcrumb trail continues or not.
Well, now that there's like some blood in the water, it's a little bit harder for an observation. Give me a perception, Captain, if that's what you're looking for. Actually, I'll say this.
Color.
You do see shine. Yeah, there's color in the water. Like, it's a very like rock and roll style red right now. It's kind of cool because of all the blood. I'll say that actually
It's an
leading down
illusion. It's not real.
You see you see it looks like you see a couple golden coins leading either direction.
Okay. Well,
what do you guys do?
I'm gonna motion right, and I guess I'll pick up the coins as I swim right.
And I'm
What was it? What was that?
No idea what you said.
I think we want
You guys are dorks. I love it. Excellent. So you start swimming to the right. You notice that this is kind of this tunnel itself is actually only one. So, Captain, you start making your way in, and you notice that the tunnel actually starts to curve to the left, Captain, as you're swimming forward. And then you notice in front of you, it looks like the bottom of this tunnel starts to get like very sandy, and then you actually notice maybe about another 10 feet ahead of you, you see like the ripple of water to where it looks like it actually breaks. As like this sand starts heading upwards, and there could be an air pocket up there.
Okay. Well, I will swim forward.
Yep. You start swimming forward. The tunnel here, it starts to rise above like that sea level where you were, creating an air pocket in like a small series of chambers. The floor is sand, and you notice a few items and furniture scattered about. You see a table, a poorly repaired chair, a bed with a sagging frame, and a very crude fence of driftwood in the rear of this chamber. This chamber maybe goes back fairly far. You can kind of peek back, maybe about 30, 40 feet. It looks like it maybe turns in the back a little bit. The entire cavern, though, is overgrown with vines bearing tiny violet flowers that fill the room with like this very like sweet fragrant smell. It smells very fragrant. Are the rest of you guys following as well too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks like someone stays here sometimes.
Yes.
It's an odd.
As you all kind of and you all pop up and you all can breathe. Totally fine. There is air in this chamber. But yeah, you all see all the items that I said. You know, the chamber goes back kind of far with this broken fence among like some of these detecting magic. Yes, you do get some magic that is happening, Lockhart. You're getting it actually from over by the bed. That's where the magic happens, ladies and gentlemen, after
all. Yeah, I'll head that way.
Starts heading that way,
like,
yeah.
Kind of walk through the water and go that way.
Yep. Rest of you guys, what are the rest of you guys doing? You see Lockhart heading towards the bed. There's a table. Looks like maybe some papers and some trinkets on it and stuff.
I want to look at the papers and trinkets.
As Eek comes up out of the water, I'm going to turn to him and say, "Hey, Eek, did you see that? I took out 3 of them by myself."
Huh? No, I was all the way in the back. I didn't see a thing. Sorry. I just saw a whole bunch of floating guys. By the time I got up to the front, everyone, I mean, it was gone. But Eek wants to
actually going to look down at the stand and just going to look around.
Eek's actually going to look around and be like, He's going to start looking like for traps. He wants to see if there's any booby traps, or is this kind of like what is that called? A decoy to like make people go, oh yeah, the treasure's down here, kind of a thing.
Sure.
And it's not.
Yeah. As you look, Eek, you notice like there was that like some broken pieces of wood that looked like it was actually creating like a fence around like some of these flowers. Some of these flowers are actually bigger. Like so these one petals are they're purple, like this very, very vibrant purple color. And as you actually look a little bit closer, Eek, at one of the bigger ones, you notice what looks like in like the leaves look like skulls inside these leaves. And as you're looking, this pollen shoots out in your face, and I need you to give me a fortitude save.
But wasn't
Okay, fortitude? Oh, fucking
Fortitude.
hell. Hold on a second. Okay. Wait a second. Is this poison related?
This is not poison related.
Really?
Okay, hold on. You said
it's just perfume.
That is a 19.
A 19. It is enough. You feel like this poison goes, or not this poison. It's not poison. This pollen goes off in your face, and as soon as you kind of inhale some of it, you feel your eyes start to droop, but you're able to fight it off. And as that happens, you all hear. You hear about 7 other poofs go off, and the room starts to get filled with all this pollen. I need a fortitude save from everybody in this room, please.
Even me?
No. You are fine, Eek. You no longer have to make this save.
Ooh.
You are immune
23.
to these effects. 23. A Michael Jordan will make you immune to these effects.
22?
15. 22 is fine. 15 is okay.
Oh, thank God.
Captain and a radio. What'd you get?
19.
Well.
A radio. You are fine. Captain, you all look over and you see the captain. He gets very woozy. His eyes close and he just falls down to the ground.
Can I try to catch him?
Yeah, you can totally catch him. He's like right next to you. Yeah, you're able to just catch him.
Captain. Gonna
Is there a couch?
Smack his face a little bit.
Can we put him on the couch?
Bed.
Actually, yeah.
The bed.
There's a 6 foot long purple couch with blankets on it, and it's got pillows on it that say dragons.
No. It can't.
Lucas,
The couch can't have
listening?
blankets. They get very upset if the blankets are on the couch.
I'm gonna pick him up and I'm gonna take him over to the couch. Or the bed.
Wait. What do I find before they get there so I can take it?
The couch is actually a mess. You notice that there's a bunch of broken sheets and everything, but you do notice you kind of pull back the blankets as you see the blankets are very moldy and gross as you kind of pull them back. Lockhart, sitting underneath the blankets, you find it looks like a 7-inch long shaft that is white, but it looks like there's cracks running through it.
Okay.
I thought it was just unconscious. There's no reason to take my clothes off.
Can I do a quick spellcraft?
You definitely can. Yes.
Okay.
It's an ivy candlestick.
Oh God.
What's wrong?
Well, luckily, natural ones don't mean automatic fails on skill checks, but does an 11 tell me?
Not quite. As you're holding this thing.
Do the rest of us feel the magic?
Well, he was the only one that detected it, and went over and
sorry.
found it
Okay,
because
ignore me.
No, you're fine.
I'm just gonna slip it into my pocket to do it later.
Yeah.
And then turn around concerned.
Sure. Yeah, as a Bennett, you take the captain over to the bed. The rest of you guys are feeling okay. What do the rest of you guys want to do? You see Bennett is everybody going over to the bed, make sure the captain's okay? Is anybody else
I would be looking at
anything?
the captain.
Yeah. Radia, go ahead.
These were flowers that poofed?
They were flowers that poofed, and as at closer inspection,
I can take a
vibrant,
nature check.
beautiful purple flowers, but their leaves on the bigger ones, the coloring on them look like skulls.
Can I do a nature check?
The coloring on them look like a skull.
Yes.
I'd also like to do. Wait, do I have it? Knowledge, nature. Oh yeah, I would like to also make a check.
Yeah. You guys make a check. You get closer to them. To check them out. Go ahead and give me a knowledge nature. 1. Awesome.
15 plus
Knowledge
9.
nature.
What's that?
One. Either of you guys get higher than a 21. 24. Okay.
24.
Oh yeah. A 20. I
What'd you
got
get,
like
Eek?
a 20. 26.
Yeah, all of you guys have heard of these flowers before. Like the light was like really off and everything really weird. These are called Xtabay flowers.
Oh, of course.
Xtabay, Xtabay flowers. Azara, you know that they can give off. Oh, actually, Captain, I'm sorry. I forgot one other thing too. You fell asleep. You take 2 points of con damage as well.
Oh no!
Yes. So one thing that what you know, Azara, is the pollen that happens. It actually puts when these flowers go poof, it puts any creature that comes in contact with it or close by, puts it to sleep, and also damages their body a little bit. Eek, you then start to remember with these things as well too. After they put them to sleep, tentacles come shooting out and they grab onto their prey so they can start to devour them. As some of these tentacles start whipping around, and I need you guys to give me some initiative, please.
Oh,
What the heck?
Oh, that's great.
Natural 20.
Oh.
Hold on one sec.
bad.
Let me see here. Okie dokie. Lockhart, what'd you get? What'd you get? You're muted, bud.
18.
18. Cool. Azara?
4.
Or Aradia?
9.
9. Okay. Eek?
22.
2. Bennett?
I'm distracted with the captain, and I also rolled a 4.
Also rolled a 4. Who's got the higher initiative?
My initiative is 2.
Please.
2. Roll off! Woohoo! Roll off!
19. Damn it! Why did I use it on that?
17.
Ooh, both rolled high.
Captain, you are currently unconscious, so you do not get to roll initiative. I am sorry.
Dang.
Let me see. So we got 1. I don't have my little awesome tracker with me today, so I'm gonna be a little slow on the draw because I'm actually drawing pictures. Oh man, I'm a funny guy too.
So many jokes.
I know, right? I'm full of them. Just like Captain's lungs are filled with pollen. Eek, you roll the highest. You get to go first. As you start to remember, these things have tentacles as they start fluttering, and you kind of look around, and actually around the room you see 8 of these things sitting around the room. Eek, you're
all right.
You're close enough to one. Go for it.
Eek is going to first yell out, "There are estape plants! There's tentacles coming out to kill us!" And he's going to load up a bomb. Well, hold on a second. So, in order to load up a bomb on my crossbow, I'd have to take off my crossbow, load it, shoot it, and all that fun stuff. So what Eek is going to do is something that he actually doesn't do very often. He's just going to throw a bomb. So he's going to make it up and just throw. Oh, wait. Actually, throw. Guys, I want to know if fire can hurt the. With the fact that I rolled like a 26, do they have a weakness to fire?
They do not have weaknesses to fire. But you do know that these things are not that strong.
Okay.
Like, what they do is they put their creature to sleep, and then they're able to just pull them, start to devour them.
I'm going to throw a bomb at it. And if they have like a big old mouth, I'm going to throw it at
Whenever he yelled, he said, "It's like these things have got tentacles or whatever." I'm going to look up. As soon as he throws it, I'm going to yell, "No!" But go ahead.
As he
I'm right there.
You know what? Then it's going to be.
No, you said
okay.
it.
Well, no, that's. What do my bomb? Wait a second. Hold on a second. If I'm just throwing a bomb, then I would throw my. I add my BAB. Or my
what do you
CB
normally do with your bomb?
Well,
No,
normally
because
I
you're just trying to
attach
hit it.
because I'm. What is
Just
it?
when you
Normally
throw
I
'em.
attach it to the arrow.
It'll be your dex. So you're adding your dex because it's technically a thrown weapon.
Okay, then it is just a 6, 7, 8.
8.
Of course, the plant is relatively close to me, and
And
it's
you're
not
also
moving.
you're going against its well, it has not gone yet, so it's flat-footed. Like you're still coughing off on this thing, and you actually throw it past it as the explosion goes
And
off.
technically, if I miss, it doesn't go off.
Is that part of the bomb?
It's a bomb.
Well,
Really?
yeah, but if you I've read the bomb, and it says if you miss, it's a dud.
So all those cool explosions I've done from all your misses before have been done. You're totally retconning since we played this game, Dustin.
No, I'm just saying that this one that I happened to throw, I was coughing. I mixed the concoction wrong, and it was a dud.
Good thing. Bomb didn't go off in a small chamber. That's fine. All right. He throws a bomb, misses the thing, explodes. Lockhart, it is your go. You're muted, probably.
Yes, I'm. Don't protect the captain. Yeah. So, Lockhart's gonna kneel next to the captain, and you hear him talking, but you have no idea what language. It just sounds like a. And
What language is it?
It's Infernal.
Maybe some of us speak it.
Do you speak Infernal?
No, I just double checked.
And you see a fire erupt around Captain, and I cast Fire's Friend. So you cloak yourself in flames that do not harm you or your carried equipment, but damage other creatures and objects. Damn it. The flame casts light as a torch. Any creature that attacks you with a non-reach melee weapon or begins its turn engaged in a grapple with you takes 1d6 points of fire damage.
As the captain is well protected, as the bed catches on fire.
And then I'm gonna stand up, turn because everyone just witnessed me catch the captain on fire, and be like, "It's a protective spell. He's fine. Let's get rid of this."
The bed is on fire. Perfect. My turn. Let me see. So I got everybody's a little bit close. So everybody's gonna get one attack coming from these things. Let me see. So this is going to be one actually reaches out to try to hit the captain as it. How much damage does it take if it tries to touch the person who is?
It's
close?
1d6 plus my caster, so I'm 1d6 plus 2. Let me see.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead and roll
6
for me.
damage. 6 fire damage.
6 fire damage. As this one actually like catches flame as it starts like its tentacles like start going everywhere as it bursts into flames and just it's dead. Other one is oops, I rolled a wrong die for that one. One against Lockhart, not going to be enough. That's a 14. Eek and Azara, no. 16 against Eek. 7 against Azara. Eek, does that one hit you at all?
Yeah, I'm a 15.
Hit. Okie dokie. This little vine just kind of whips you like right in the face. And you're gonna take 1 point of piercing damage and 1 point of acid damage as this little tentacle as it cuts into you. You start to feel burn a little bit. Aradia and Bennett. One for you as well too. Bennett, does a 16 hit you at all?
Since I don't have any daggers out right now, yes, it does.
Perfect. You're going to take 1 point of piercing and 2 points of acid damage. The other ones are actually farther away from you guys currently. Next up in line, Aradia, it is your turn. These tentacles are going all over the place. One of them, like the bed is now currently on fire. One of them touched the flame, just exploded.
And these plants are on the wall? They're growing on the wall? The wall?
Well, no, like a couple of them are on the wall. There's like one sitting on the floor. The one next to you actually like reached down from the ceiling to hit you.
Okay.
Looking around,
I
you guys
will...
noticed at least 8 of these.
The one closest to me, my eyes will turn fire red as I glare at the vine that is encroaching on me. And I am
like
going to
ghost.
cast Burning Gaze.
So ghosty. Con save for that, right?
Fortitude.
That's an 8. Hey, Drew, what up, Strength? How you doing, brother?
Hi, Drew.
8
Welcome.
is not a save, so...
8 is not a save. So it takes fire damage.
Yep, it will...
Thanks for the bitty bits, too, bro.
Oh, 1d6 points of fire damage.
Cool.
That's 3 points of fire damage. And...
Excellent.
could you also make a reflex save?
Reflex save. Ooh, that is a natural 1.
Oh, it catches on fire. It catches on fire.
As it catches
and for
on
each round,
flame.
you have to, on that one, you would have to make a reflex save.
Great.
To see if
on fire
continues to take damage.
Or on flame. Cool. Awesome. Azara, your turn.
I will take out my cutlass this time and try.
So I have a spear in your hands.
Then I'll stab it with my spear.
Sure. Give me an attack.
Strength 24, dropping 300 bits.
Oh, Drew, thanks, brother.
Drew.
80 bits. 80 bits from the Drew Meister.
12. Not great.
Well, 12 points of damage or 12 to hit?
12 to hit.
12 to hit. Yeah, you hit this thing. It's a plant. Actually, it's its AC, believe it or not. Yeah. Give me some damage.
Wow.
Nice.
1d. For 8 points.
As it pops, a little plant, dead. And that takes us over to Bennett.
Is there any tentacles that are still alive close to me?
So 2 of them that exploded. Yeah, one that attacked you. Yeah.
Me? Okay.
Yep, there's one
I'm
next
going
to you.
to free action take out my daggers again, same ones I had before, and take it 2 swings. 2 slices.
2 swings at this little itty plant. Azara stuck it once and exploded. Touched the fire and exploded. He's taking 2 swings. Love it.
The 26 and a 23.
Yeah, you probably don't. You know what? It explodes. These things don't have a lot of health on it. You just cut into it and it explodes.
And then I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay there to try and protect the captain. I mean, I guess I don't have to because he's on fire. But
so is the bed. Totally fine. Bed is also currently on fire.
I'm going to step away so that I don't catch on fire.
Step away so you do not catch on fire. Perfect. You do have 1 extra attack. You could always chuck one of your daggers at one of these things if you wanted to.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure. Yeah. You see one, chuck a dagger. Let's see if you hit it.
This is at a. I'm going to use my. Zap +4. Ha! 22.
22. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll some damage for it. Let's see if you can make this one pop as well.
10.
And another one explodes. Right there. Look at that.
I'm on fire.
Ooh, on fire. Eek, it's back to you. Everybody's just like taking like super easy like little hits on these things, and they're just kind of exploding. There's about 4 of these things left. Super easy to take out. What you're doing, Eek?
Eek's going to take out one of his many alchemist fire, and he's going to throw a thing of alchemist fire at it.
Sure.
That's a 19.
That's a 19. It hits. Alchemist fire spreads. Roll the damage. You actually hit 2 of them.
Splash damage.
That is 4 points of damage.
4 points. They catch on fire. There is splash. The ones that
Oh wait, am I grappled?
No, you're not grappled. You just got hit.
It just smacked me.
Yep, it smacked you. Excellent. Lockhart, your go. These things are like there's a couple on fire, and you notice actually another like the other two. It seems like they're a little bit farther deeper into the cave, not actually able to get you guys. Unless you want to go and destroy them quickly, we can go ahead and come out of combat if you so desire, Lockhart. I'll leave that up to you. You can just go kill him if you want to.
No, I think he'd am I mute? Nope. Okay, I'm not muted.
We
Just
hear
want to
you.
make sure. Okay. It's happened so many times. No, I think you would end it, and then you would like hear him kind of mumble like Mephistopheles, and it snaps the fire around him, like it extinguishes it.
All the flame goes out. Awesome. You guys are now out of combat. Congratulations. Yeah, this thing's not super hard.
Gonna go retrieve my dagger.
Yeah, you can totally retrieve your dagger. Totally fine. Who else is over at the bed? And actually,
I was near the
after
bed.
after about like a minute, Captain, your eyes kind of flutter open as you wake up. Totally fine.
You all right?
What was that?
Evil plants. Spores.
Uh,
You don't look so good.
I will be okay. I'm going to be okay. We should search the room. I'll cast detect magic.
Yeah. You do. You actually detect a little bit more magic coming from underneath the bed, Captain. Is everybody else?
Okay.
Everybody else, I take it, is probably searching the room as well too.
Yeah.
You guys don't notice much. You all find like a couple gold coins apiece, just kind of laying on the ground. There's like it looks like a scale and like a bronze sexton sitting on top of the table with some just like paperwork and notes on it. But one thing you do see is the paperwork is signed by none other than Isabella Locke. And as you guys know, Isabella Locke was the woman that attacked you guys at Tidewater Rock.
The what woman with
The
snake
mage?
tattoo?
The one who took our Heartwall away.
Yes.
Interesting.
Captain, as you look under the bed, you notice two things. You see like a half-broken open crate. It looks like it has 3 potions inside of it. You would automatically recognize the potions because you actually just took some of them not too long ago. 3 extra additional potions of water breathing. And then you notice something else. You notice this giant jar of this very like yellowish liquid with a big hunk of something inside of it. As you pull it out, it looks like a severed head of a vicious looking Tian man with like pocket scarred cheeks and a tattoo of a kraken on his forehead, and all of his teeth are broken out. You want, Captain, give me a knowledge local check.
Sure. I'll hand over those potions of water breathing to Radia. And I will, hold up the thing and look at it. Oh, 26.
26. Actually, yeah. Thinking about it, Captain, you kind of think back, and you heard tales of a man that personally carved a tattoo of a kraken on his head because he talked about being out at sea on his ship. That he bested a kraken all by himself. He was able to take one down. You don't know if the stories are really true or not, but you know this as the Tian pirate Shoshamira. He was the captain of the Dragon's Dishonor who actually disappeared in the Fever Sea about 30 years ago. And his head looks like it is pretty well preserved inside this jar. You also know...
Captain of the Dragon's Honor, you said.
Of the Dragon's Dishonor. And you also know, too, that there was talk about the time that he disappeared, there was actually a pretty hefty reward if anybody was able to go back to Port Peril with any information on him, on his whereabouts, turning him in alive or dead.
We found him.
What's left of him?
Just show
Right.
up and like slam the jar onto it. Like,
Yep.
I'd
Claim
like
the
my
bounty.
reward.
All right. Does the jar have a lid of any kind?
It's actually in a glass jar, and it looks like that the glass jar is preserved. It's not cracked or anything. It looks like you'd pull the top off of it. Do you want to take a big whiff of that?
No.
Take a drink. Shot.
Take a drink.
What is
Load
it?
your con. Get your con back.
What is a bag? And Yvonne, a bag?
That.
This.
Can we look around here?
This, my
yeah,
friends,
That's a small head.
is here. I'll hold it closer. Look bigger. This, my friends, is Captain.
Towards you, Captain.
Shoshimura.
Put it
Towards
towards
you,
you, 'cause we
Captain.
don't see it.
More.
Framing.
Right
there.
Keep going.
There you go.
Right there. That's good. Yep, perfect.
Oh, lemon.
This is
lemony
Captain
smell.
Shoshimura. It's probably preservatives. Don't worry about it. Shoshimura, Captain of the Dragon's Dishonor, and I believe there's a price on his head, which is fortunate because that is what we have. So we bring this back to Port Peril, and who knows? We may be swimming in funds. This might be the most expensive thing we find in these godforsaken caverns.
Yeah.
I have a question of like where the driftwoodish fence looking thing was, where the flowers all went off and everything. Does it look like they were protecting anything?
So, are you kind of going over to examine it a little bit more?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you walk over to examine it, you actually notice, Bennett, it looks like you see like a corpse, like very like there's still, it doesn't look juicy, but it looks like it's some dried like dried flesh on it. It looks like a young Sawagan, and you can kind of figure out that this broken driftwood and everything actually looks like the driftwood was tall enough that it looks like it possibly kept these plants inside of it. And then once you hear what type of plant it was, and as you guys are thinking about it too, these plants were actually put inside this room because they actually produce oxygen. That's why you're able to breathe so well inside this room, outside of the pollen that they shoot out. That's why you guys are able to breathe. And it looks like that the young Sawagan, you see it, like its hand is actually holding on a piece of driftwood that perhaps it fell into it or broke the driftwood open. And these things put it to sleep, and then slowly over time started devouring its body.
Well, Aradia, I will remand this severed head into your care. This could be worth quite a few copper when we get back to Port Peril. Did anyone else find anything of interest or note?
Can we look on
An
the desk,
unfortunate
Adam, the
Swagan
notes?
back here.
Probably worth less than Port Peril than this head.
Yeah, it's just like some notes written. It seems like maybe just like journal entry from Isabella Locke. There is, she's just talking about, raided this ship, took the captain's testicles. I got myself a new tattoo. My familiar is able to make him into a tattoo. Just talks about some of the other spells that she's been able to make into tattoos on her body as well. Some of them you remembering some of the tattoos, and then you see another paper as well too, and it's written in underwater language of the Sawagan. Can any of you speak Sawagan?
Does Aquan count? Aquan?
Wait a minute.
I speak
Aquan
Aquan.
actually, because yes, it actually does, Wendy.
How do you think I talk to Taco?
Mommy, you speak Aquan, of course. And
That's what it sounds like to everybody else.
As you're looking at it, Aradia, it just says a couple things on it. It says, they murdered my son I want you to kill them, chieftain. And then you guys basically remember like what the story that she had told you. She was told by the chieftain of the Sawagan about the one that you guys murdered, or one of them that you killed, that Lockhart had actually taken the platinum necklace off of. That was actually the chieftain's son.
Mm-hmm.
And that,
I will relate this to the party.
Is where we will listen to Aradia continue as she's talking. Go ahead. Relate to the party. Okay, nice.
Hey, remember?
What do you guys have to say about that? Sure.
Remember with the Swagan that we killed a while back?
Which one?
And,
so many Aradia.
Yeah, there was a lot.
I've killed a lot more in the last 10 minutes.
Well, let's hope if more come, we can keep killing, because this one is out for vengeance because we kind of, sort of, maybe, definitely killed her son. And she's basically put a hit out on us, the Siren song. Yay, we're so popular!
That's starting to make sense why they keep running into us. Okay. Good times.
Maybe we can have a conversation with...
Maybe if we put like a message in a bottle and like throw it out in the water, and maybe they'll get it, and then say we're really
like
sorry.
Like an apology letter, right?
Yes, Bennett. Start writing that letter. I promise you it will work. I can even put in the necklace.
I can't write in Swagan, but I mean, maybe it doesn't have to be an apology. It could be a threat to tell them to stay away, so that. I mean, I don't know which one would work better.
I like that.
Yeah, that would be better. We have successfully fended off your attacks. Bring it on, or else.
Or what if? Is there any way
so
to...
intimidating. Rawr.
Aradia, are you like you speak this language, right? Can you write it as well?
Oh, you mean? Well, I can have Taco help me. You know, sometimes my penmanship's not great when it comes to this language, but Taco can maybe, you know, with the ink and stuff.
Can you write another letter and that says the mission is accomplished, we've taken care of them, back to your duties?
Oh, and we can sign it Isabella
Chieftain
Locke.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Wait, let's look through these notes for her signature and how
for her writes. Handwriting. Yeah, I want to try to copy her.
It.
I'm gonna take it back. Take the paperwork back with us to the ship. We can't. I have to learn it here because it's gonna get wet.
Is there any like bottles or anything? Empty bottles?
There is. There's a non-empty bottle.
We have bottles. I mean, that's kind of what I have. Yeah, we can just.
I mean, if anything, Eek's got bottles.
Fold it up, and like he puts, like just kind of folds it up, kind of sticks it into a bottle, puts a cap on, and goes, "Here you go."
Now I've got the jar of the head, and I got a jar of paper.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 additional bottles.
And 3 additional bottles of potion that is in my pouch because they're small enough to fit in there, but. I might have to.
I feel like I'm gonna have to start carrying around a satchel or something because you.
Yeah, we need a haversack bag.
Yeah, you're carrying a lot. I feel like we should probably distribute this evenly at some point.
Yeah. So what do you guys do? You guys got to hang out in here for a little bit. You got to go farther back into the cavern. There's 2 more of those creatures back there, or do you guys want to wade back into the water?
How much further does it go back in there? Hey, Aradia,
like
can you?
I would like to finish for tonight.
Okay.
Can you send one of your taco lights back there to see how far it goes?
Taco lights.
Yeah, well, I can flare them up.
The captain still has light on his. Like you can clearly see like the very back of the cavern. You just see 2 more of those plants sitting there.
But that's it.
Nothing else. That's it.
Okay.
That's it inside here, friends.
Let's take a short rest, and then we will continue on. There's more cavern to explore, and I do not believe we have found this treasure yet.
And the captain would indeed be right.
Oh, yeah.
They have not found this treasure yet. Maybe they will find it next week when we come back for more Voyage of the Siren Song. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. crazy fun awesomeness. You guys rolled so much better tonight than you did last week. And you know why?
'Cause I'm
Somebody's
back.
back from
The
their
difference
honeymoon.
was a rate.
Exactly.
Yep, it was.
Yep.
Yep. So Diana, that just means for this game, you're not allowed to be gone again, or else
Okay.
everybody will die.
Or
We'll
we all
all
die.
Brent, I don't
Wow.
think rolled anything bad tonight outside of a fluke perception that I was joking with him with. But other than that, great job, pirates. Yeah, so let's get on out of here. Actually, before we say goodbye, let's go ahead and let's hop in a chat. Let's say hi to everybody as well too. As you guys are looking for some comments, I want to throw out
Chat.
some shout outs. We got a bunch of followers like the past day as well too. After Siren Song had happened.
Blake.
So we had
Trash Daddy. Drop.
Woo, Trash Daddy.
Wow.
Blake gifting some
Yeah.
subs,
Thanks,
broski.
thanks.
Thanks, man. Ah.
Thank you so much.
Trash Daddy, you're amazing. So thank you to our Trash Daddy from our Saturday night show. Also, thank you for some follows. We had Tree Owen started following us yesterday. Geeks a
Thank you.
Go Go has officially followed. Who is Monica? Monica is going to be playing on our Avatar game this upcoming Thursday. So she is officially part of the family now. We've got Aaron Stevie has followed. FAT had followed. Real Gobshite dropping bits. We said thanks to him earlier. We also had, who was some other follows? We had Arcadian Seas followed and Prickly Boba. Great names, guys. Thank you guys so much for following. Thanks for the biddies and everything as well, too, friends. Blake, thanks for the donations and the gifted subs as well, too. But let's say hi to chat. Let's read some comments from all these crazy peeps down up in here.
Nice. There was an ongoing joke about Brent being Professor X, which was very funny. You missed out on it, Brent.
Yes.
That's pretty funny.
Crag says I need Adam to recite the Avatar intro for us.
The Avatar. Well, but it's not. I can't use that intro. It's not copywritten properly for Magpie Games. Can't. We'll get muted on this channel.
You get DMCA coming for you.
Probably because somebody got canceled
words
like not too long ago.
Earth,
Air,
fire,
earth, fire,
water,
water, heart. Go planet. We're the Planeteers.
With your powers
you can't be one
combined.
too.
I like
He
this
is
comment
Lockhart
from
the Red-Skinned Raven. Go ahead.
There was this comment from Ready Player One when we were going a bit murder hobo earlier on the Swaggins, who says, "You get a kill, you get a kill, you get a kill."
all of them
All the
got a
kills
kill
for
it
everybody.
for
All the
me.
kills for everyone. Oh, eek.
It happens.
Okay,
It happens.
Gary 53K asking when you were doing your talking stuff. You speak Gurgle?
Gurgle.
And I love
I
the fact
actually
that
think that sounded
Iranian
pretty good
Sea
for
actually has
talking underwater.
never played Pathfinder first edition. Well, we hope that this is actually a good introduction to Pathfinder first edition.
You said
My
that was
public
Arcadian
library does not
Seas?
have, yeah,
Oh, shoot. Awesome.
has the 1E CR through along with a decent section of 2E books. You have an awesome library.
Ebooks.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Really
That
cool.
I would love to go down to like my local library and see if they have any of the Pathfinder first edition or Pathfinder second edition.
First edition, they might have it. You can try to pick that. Those things are expensive to actually try to buy, though. Holy crap! Especially like the older renditions of stuff. Like all the Skull and Shackles stuff I have is all PDF. The actual copies are like $80 to $120 if you want to get the actual book.
Nice.
They've been out of print for years. Yeah, it's crazy.
What?
Wow.
That means
Those
I'm definitely going down to
crazy.
my public library and seeing if I can borrow it.
Gary
Mara.
K was asking how to spell Swaggin, Adam.
Oh, how to spell
Correctly.
Sawagan? I can tell you. Yes, to spell Sawagan correctly, it is SAHAU or UA SAHUAGIN.
That's not how I spell it.
Oh, sorry. He meant the plants. I apologize.
Okay, so the plants.
SUA.
The plants are XTABAY. Stebe.
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 Stebe. Xabe. They all love you, Chew. Don't worry. I guess somebody's saying Chew cheats is a thing, apparently.
Why?
Uh-huh.
I don't know why, Chew. Why?
Yeah,
I don't know why. Show me a time. No, show me 5 times where I've cheated.
Crag says Pathfinder, more like Mathfinder. Am I right?
That's true. That's true right there.
It's awful.
Lot of math. Lots of
First
lots
edition,
of
maybe.
Do I still have
good
my...
rolls. Yeah. You still have your Mathfinder? You got Mathfinder?
Yeah, I mean, look at
Oh,
this.
you got your math thing. Yeah, makes you smarter.
The skills section is like 30 things long. It's like...
Yeah, there's so many skills. It's just blank. It's so bright.
That's
so
a
blown
blank
out,
sheet, yeah.
Captain.
1, 2, 3,
You can see the okay. That angle looks great. That angle looks great. Awesome, friends. Well, thank you guys all again. Captain, take it away. Tell them who you are, where we can find you in the upcoming rest of this month. And you got other crazy fun stuff happening as well too in time, Mr. Dad.
Right,
Mr. Daddy.
That's right. Hey everyone, I'm Diana Restrepo. I'm on games every night of the week. I'm sorry, I'm ahead of myself. I'm Philip Rossi. I'm playing Captain Scheiss Heisenberg here. You can find me here every Sunday night for the next several nights where I am captaining the crew of the Voyage of the Siren Song. And coming up in April, I'm jamming a game at Gone Rogue. It is Harbingers. There's a mind blank there for a second, but I got back to it. It's Harbingers, our second season. Harbingers Eden Redux. It will be a cyberpunk game, and will be very exciting, and we'll be seeing some familiar faces, Mr. Adam Conn and Miss Diana Restrepo. Speaking of Miss Diana Restrepo, take it away.
Oh, right. Thank you. I looked at the wrong side. Thank you. I'm Diana Restrepo. You can find me on the socials at DianaRest3. And then tomorrow on the Norse Foundry channel, we are doing our first live show of Blades in the Dark. Adam will be on that with me. Ooh. So excited. So come watch that, 6 p.m. Then, I don't have things every single day, Rossi. What else is going on? Next.
I don't know. Tomorrow's Monday. What do you got going on Tuesday?
Yeah. Adam has something going on Tuesday. I don't have anything Tuesday.
Not my turn.
Not your turn. That's it. Then you come back and find me on Sunday nights here. For now, I think that's
it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kings of Dirt Saturday, and Crag is saying cooking. We got to do a cooking thing too.
Sorry. Yes, we have to do cooking. Yes, I agree. Sorry. Yes. So Kings of Dirt Saturday, next Saturday. That's Blake Slitlid in chat. That he is running that, and most of us here, except for Rossi and Brent, we're on that show at 6 p.m. And then we're gonna probably do a cooking. We need to do cooking. So if you like cooking and hanging out, come on my channel, Alex Rogue 460. And yeah, wow, I can't talk. I'm so tired. I'm still jet lagged. Follow my socials and I'll tell you when I'm cooking. I don't know. Yeah, Discord. Take it away. Dustin, I'm so tired.
Hey everyone, I'm Dustin Zaney. You can find me here on Twitch at twitch.tv/Darth Zaney. That's Darth Z-A-N-Y. I've been streaming some Project Zomboid here and getting eaten a lot by zombies because I am not good at that game. But you can also find me on YouTube with my better half, Miss Wendy Lee, at the Movie Couple channel, where we will do some movie reviews, trailer reactions, and TV show reactions as well. I'm also here every Sunday doing the Siren Song, and also on Saturdays at 6 o'clock with our Trash Daddy on Kings of Dirt here on the DAT Network. I've had lots of fun here being a pirate, and now we're going to send it on down to the Tiefling Magus himself, James Chu.
Hello, my name is James Chu. I am ChuBear20 on all the socials. I am not very active. Nope. This isn't your turn.
Most
This
of you
isn't
are.
your turn,
in that
Diana.
regard.
What do you mean? You're a
But,
virile young
yeah,
man, the prime of your life.
Rossi, do not
Get out there,
say
too.
virile to me ever again. It
So
sounds
fecund.
so weird. I have to take a shower now. Not in that way, Diana.
You hadn't said anything.
No one
No,
said anything.
thank you,
Okay.
Wendy.
Yeah, you
Chewbear
can catch me here
20
on Sundays.
on the socials.
Yeah,
You're
Chewbear
not
20,
active.
that's the things. Yeah, do that. Yeah, take it away, Wendy.
I don't know how to follow that. Hey guys, I'm Wendy Lee Zaney. I play Aradia, the human witch, who has apparently a lot of vengeance in her heart, more than she knows. You can also
killed
find me rolling dice. I know I kill killing things left and right, but I like to like watch them die. Apparently, that's like a thing that she likes to do. I don't know. I don't know what's happening there. It's so dark. You can find me playing less vengeful of characters tomorrow at The Dice is right here on the DAT network, where we find out how much a Franklin costs. Wednesday, Odd Job comes back, and Saturdays and Sundays we've got Trash Daddy Saturdays and Sirens on Sundays. So all right here on the DAT network. Social media is just my name, Wendy Lee Zaney, or you can find me here on Twitch streaming a variety of games. Currently obsessed with Pokemon Arceus or Arceus, however you want to say it, and Deathmark. So yeah, find me at all the places and let's hang out. And I'm gonna toss it. Oh yeah, I was right. Okay, toss it over to Brent. Hello.
Thank you. My name is Brent Horst. I play Bennett, the knife fighter here in Voyage of the Siren Song. He is coming into his prime. He's never going to roll terrible ever again. I'm so excited. I'm sure everybody else is too. But yeah, you can find me here Sunday nights on the Siren Song. So thank you again for joining us, and I will throw it back up to Mr. Adam.
Thank you, Brent. All the way from Pennsylvania. I appreciate you. Yes, hello, friends. I'm your story weaver, captain of captains, godly man himself, Adam Conn. Yeah, there's a lot happening with me this week, which is cool, and a lot happening here at the network. Tomorrow night, as Diana said, over on Norse Foundry, you guys are going to be split because Mondays are going to be insane right now, dueling head to head. Who's going to win out? Blades in the Dark or the Dice is Right? We'll find out. You guys are going to have to go back and forth. It's going to be wild. Yeah, Blades in the Dark were essentially bad guys. Diana's probably going to go after more children. Totally fine. Tuesday night, you can find me over on Eric. What? You might. You never know. Tuesday night, you can find me this week over on Eric Frankhouse Presents as we jump into some more Ogre Force, which is our love letter to Voltron and all things mech anime. Thursday, find me over on Avatar Legends Book 1 Harvest, as that is our newest show to premiere this upcoming week, which is going to be super exciting, super awesome. Really, really super excited for that show to happen. It's our last one to premiere for our giant, massive 7 shows that we got going on. Friday nights, I am not doing anything. But then Saturday night, you can catch me with Trash Daddy and everybody else on Kings of Dirt, and I'll be back here running some Voyage of the Siren Song next Sunday. As for the channel, we have The Dice is Right tomorrow night. Wendy Lee Zaney will be over on that one. Tuesday night, we have our 2E, our Pathfinder, 2E Extinction Curse going on. They're like already halfway through their season, which some of these shows already are, which is insane. Wednesday night, we've got some odd jobs happening. Thursday night, we've got Avatar Legends, Book 1 Harvest coming out. Good, so excited for that one. It's going to be great. Shambhala is coming back to you on this Friday. Check them out. That story, beautiful freaking world that they are in. I'm really enjoying that one a lot. Saturday, Trash Daddy, Kings of Dirt, and then Sunday back here for some Pirates. I wish that could have all been in one breath, but that was a lot of stuff. Yes, there is a show every single day this week, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are ready for it, because we are ready to bring you more fun. Thank you guys so much for stopping in tonight and watching with us instead of Super Bowl, because we're a lot more entertaining and we get cooler shit done. But yeah, love you all. Dat fam, best fam. Have a great week. We'll see you guys in the chat boxes, and we'll see you everywhere. Absolutely everywhere.
Yes.
Love you guys. Night, friends. Bye.